The views expressed on this Turnbuckle Tabloid live stream or Turnbuckle Tabloid podcast episode do not reflect the views, thoughts, or opinions of the Rageworks brand, including the Rageworks podcast network, Rageworks content partners, advertisers, and affiliates. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
What up, world? It's the heel with the opinion made of steel, Wrestling Ream, and you now tuned in to Turnbuckle Tabloid.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
I can hear the angels calling from a mile away. I don't know how I let these demons get inside of me. I thought I put that channel on my vision properly. I turn around and hear she say you ain't got time for me. I thought that reassured for sure that I've been working hard. I put my life up for this shit, never asked what's the cost. But it's a calculator, risk is gonna make you a boss. I talk to God and he tell me I gotta stay the course. That I'm on. That I'm on. That I'm on. That I'm on. I guess I'm with Kanye cause I ain't jacking plan B. But chasing plan A just like running through a stampede. Swinging through the jungle, guarantee you gon' bleed. Survival what the fittest, so you finish if you blink. I keep my eyes wide open, hoping for a different scene. Hoping that one day I'm the best thing that you ever seen. But I gotta see the best in me before I get at you. Keep it real with myself, that's how I speak the truth. Watch a nigga knock him down. If we talking pound for pound with the sounds, got the crown. Oh, yes, I do. That's a different story. Hard to keep my mouth shut. I love basking in the glory. We gon' raise our bottles whether we drinking they saw 40. I don't give a fuck. You know love is love. We ain't here to judge. Any nigga watching your pocket know he ain't real enough. I ain't gentrifying my niggas, but I still build them up. Let's never been more, especially since they killing us. All my niggas with me got shit looking like a pilgrimage. You should split the bill with us, but rather be villainous. I got too much on my plate. I can never hate. When my conscience kill me, I just pray and meditate. I can hear the angels calling from a mile away. I don't know how I let these demons get inside of me. I thought I put that channel on my vision properly. I turn around and hear she say you ain't got time for me. I thought that reassured for sure that I've been working hard. I put my life up for this shit, never asked what's the cost. But it's a calculated risk, it's gonna make you a boss. I talk to God and he tell me I gotta stay the course. That I'm on. That I'm on. That I'm on. That I'm on. That I'm on.
This is Daniel Garcia, and you're listening to Turnbuckle Tabloid.
Rageworks podcast network, Rageworks content partners, advertisers, and affiliates. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
What up, world? It's the heel with the opinion made of steel, Wrestling Ream, and you now tuned in to Turnbuckle Tabloid.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
I get the angels calling from a mile away. I don't know how I let these demons get inside of me. I thought I put that channel on my vision properly. I turn around and here she said you ain't got time for me. I thought that reassured for sure that I've been working hard. I put my life up for this shit, never asked what's the cost. But it's a calculator, risk is gonna make you a boss. I talk to God and he tell me I gotta stay the course. That I'm on. That I'm on. That I'm on. That I'm on. I guess I'm with Kanye cause I ain't jacking plan B. But chasing plan ain't just like running through a stampede. Swinging through the jungle, guarantee you gon' bleed. Survival what the fittest, so you finish if you blink. I keep my eyes wide open, hoping for a different scene. Hoping that one day I'm the best thing that you ever seen. But I gotta see the best in me before I get at you. Keep it real with myself, that's how I speak the truth. Watch a nigga knock him down if we talking pound for pound with the sounds. Got the crown, oh yes I do. That's a different story, hard to keep my mouth shut. I love basking in the glory. We gon' raise our bottles whether we drinking they saw 40. I don't give a fuck, you know love is love. We ain't here to judge any nigga watching your pocket, know he ain't real enough. I ain't gentrifying my niggas, but I still build them up. Let's never been more, especially since they killing us. All my niggas with me got shit looking like a pilgrimage. You should split the bill with us, but rather be villainous. I got too much on my plate, I can never hate. When my conscience kill me, I just pray and meditate. I can hear the angels calling from a mile away. I don't know how I let these demons get inside of me. I thought I put that channel on my vision properly. I turn around and here she say you ain't got time for me. I thought that reassured for sure that I've been working hard. I put my life up for this shit, never asked what's the cost. But it's a calculated risk, it's gonna make you a boss. I talk to God and he tell me I gotta stay the course. That I'm on. That I'm on. That I'm on. That I'm on. That I'm on.
This is Daniel Garcia, and you're listening to Turnbuckle Tabloid.
She's not going because she has a hard time waking up early, and the plan is to go out to Philly
Right.
do sightseeing.
But my whole thing is like, after the gifts are given, like, it kind of like, it's time to roll out, dog. Like, usually, and what time it starts?
3.
Oh, please, get out of here.
That's why I'm like, there's a good chance.
Listen,
but
if you need assistance, I will definitely pay for your Uber. You get some way through.
But that's all I need.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get there when it's like 10:30 or 10 o'clock. And I'm like,
if you could get out, like you said, if it starts at 3, who the fuck is really running a baby shower to 8 o'clock? You go, you eat, you open up gifts, and then you're done. Like,
well, the plan is to help him set up. So if I'm helping him set up,
well, that's
you
early.
Yeah.
kind of got to be there to
sneak.
break down.
Not really. No. You help to set up, and I know it's your man's in them, but you can't really tell him like, yo, I did have a previous engagement.
We'll see. My thought process is really just like, all right, playing it by ear. But if I'm looking at travel time, and I'm getting there by 10:30, and I miss the whole thing traveling.
No. That's what I'm saying. If you could dip out at least by 6:30, 7 o'clock,
it's up to my shorty.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like
depending on what time she gets there.
Yeah. If you could dip out of the party by 6:30, 7 o'clock, and you get to Jamaica, I'll get your Uber from Jamaica to Seneca. Yeah, we do that, right? Third announcers table is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, our boy Mark Bays and Wrestling Ream is back in the building. My apologies, guys, for the last episode. Marcus, you know how it be when it comes to audio technique. You know how that shit is, man.
Yeah.
It's a fucking pain in the ass, yo.
Be a challenge.
Oh,
but
how many times you had to scrap shit because the audio was bad and it didn't go?
Well, I lost a whole hard drive full of music.
Oh.
Like some of my first work that I started producing, which was very pure and amazing sounds before I started adopting like the current style of thing. I was making my own music, and I lost a whole 500 gigs worth of instrumentals on that shit.
Did you feel like RZA did you watch?
When his stuff got rained out or whatever.
Yeah, the toilet backed up.
Yeah,
and all that shit.
Absolutely.
Did you ever watch the Wu-Tang series?
Not the series. No.
Oh, it's fucking great.
Nah, I definitely feel like that.
I have a laptop that I refuse to throw away because of that though. Like it's two actually. Like if you see them, they're like, this shit old as shit. And in my mind, I'm thinking some way, somehow, I'm going to recover the data that's on there.
Well, there's a thing called shops that actually get it. They'll get it for you. So, yeah, bring it to the shop. They'll take Geek Squad to do it.
I took the hard drive, and they couldn't recover it.
Oh, wow.
They could not recover it. That's when I stopped buying Seagate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, thanks for the heads up. Matter of fact, I had two Seagates, but they never really fucked up.
Just don't drop it.
So what we got going on? Listen, guys, it's we're on the road to WrestleMania.
Yes, sir.
It's a lot on the table, but as always, this is you guys' segment. You guys get it rolling. I'm gonna go get me a beer. Go ahead, get your stuff going on.
Yeah, as you know, I go by the name Mark Baze. That's MARC-BAZE. Can't forget the hyphen, aka Marco 713, aka Marco 316, and trust and believe we got a trilogy coming, aka Marco 24. You heard?
Damn, I don't know how to top that, but it's your boy, the heel with the opinion made of steel, aka the Dominic Mysterio of Turnbuckle Tabloid, Wrestling Ring. I'm used to it. Every time I say something on this microphone, I get booed. So,
and as always, I'm your boy Jay the Red Santy, also known as the King of Talk Style, Mr. Ear to the Mat, and also the Red Reddington of wrestling, baby.
Hey.
Let's get it. So we got a stacked show. One more week before Mania. One more week to the day. It is Saturday. We had a 3-day weekend. Yeah. So it's feeling like today is Sunday.
Happy
and we
Easter
have
for
an
everybody.
extra day.
Easter.
We have an extra day of the weekend. Today felt like Sunday when I woke up.
It did for me.
But we got a stacked show. So I'm going to let y'all know what we got. I'm going to go through the run through real quick. We got the entrance music mood of the week. We got our recaps. We got the bathroom break faction, and then we got pop culture rumble coming up.
Yes, sir.
For the entrance music mood of the week, I'm going with the one, the only, Jade Cargill.
Oh my God!
Wait a minute. See, I didn't know you was running into this already. Really?
That's my entrance music mood of the week. You want to know why?
Welcome, brother.
You want to know why?
Why is that?
Because it represents ownership. You feel me? It represents that independence. Her going from AEW and being able to take that song to WWE. It's the same entrance, right? It's the same song?
Is coming.
It's the same song.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
I believe so.
Oh, okay.
She has the guitar, the electric guitar in the beginning.
I don't know how true this is, but you know the Rock's current entrance, they were gonna give her that. I saw a little back and forth about that. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, it's kind of got that same.
It's the same vibe. But yeah, Jade Cargill, she's representing ownership of her brand. Obviously, she made the right decision to come to WWE.
Mercedes Monet.
Listen,
This is my mood of the week. Still coming off the Marco 316 tape. We put that on Bandcamp and we still receiving payments. People still donating, buying the project, and this is
make sure y'all stream that Angels Calling.
Bless.
This is a record breaking EP release for me.
Nice.
I've officially made the most money off of music with this release.
Nice.
I'm seeing the streams up. So Jade Cargill is like how she's controlling her brand is how I feel right now. And that's why she got the entrance music mood of the week for me.
Okay. Well, for me, I'm throwing it back. I'm going with Biker Taker Rolling.
Oh, shit.
Biscuit.
Damn.
Yeah. Couple reasons why. Number one, obviously the name is Rolling, and I've been rolling with the punches the last week and a half or so. Yeah. I actually was listening to it on my way over here. This is
I love when black people appreciate rock.
I can't believe that you got to this before me. I can't believe you used this before me.
Listen, I'm very symbolic.
Yeah, I know how much you love Biker Taker.
Come on, man.
Biker Taker is the top 5 heel of all time. Top 5 heel of all time. We could talk about that another episode, but Biker Taker is one of them. But yeah, man, just been rolling with the punches. I think that I've gotten to a point in my life where I'm so oriented with script that I've kind of deterred away from it, and it's kind of been working in my favor. So that's why I use Rolling. I'm like, what Rolling do I know? Okay, Limp Bizkit. Then I'm hearing the song, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Been listening to it for the last 3 days, and it kind of put me in the mood where it's just all right, walking to the spot, big trench coat on, bandana tied to the back. Let's go. I'm just rolling with it.
That was a good choice. And y'all are killing me today. Y'all on some shit. Cause I'm looking at the screen. I already see what Red about to play. And this is one of those ones. Nah, I just looked up and I'm like,
you're not supposed to do that.
No. I thought it was something else.
Oh, no. Cheat shit. So, this past week was just bad, man. After we hung out that day, after the recording, right? I had been my foot, my ankle was feeling a bit wonky. But like I said, I don't remember like spraining it or twisting it or whatever. That morning, got up, it just was feeling odd. And then that night, I couldn't even make it to work.
Wow.
Everything, if Murphy's Law, anything that could go wrong went wrong. The audio went bad. My ankles, I was wobbling for the longest time. I had to end up ending in the, I went to the ED on last Monday to find out what was going on. Shit, luckily it was no break. Shit, it's just motherfucker getting old. That's what's happening. But with that being said, I was having a conversation with our boy. Shout out to my boy M2 Inc. He'll be checking in on the episode soon. And we were just thinking about old hype music, and we both came up to the same shit. And one of the best ones that we had from back in the day was Shane Helm. Oh my, even just listening to this now, I get mad that not only Shane Helm, this should have been more over, but that gimmick should have been over when he came back. This song, hype music all day.
You was a huge Shane Helm fan.
Hell yeah. I remember we went to the SmackDown.
Yep.
And he debuted it that night. When that song hit, I was like, who the hell is that? And when he popped, I popped like a maniac. I was like, that's crazy. This was right after he came back from using Hurricane. It was that.
Nice.
Yeah, Shane Helm. Shout out to the boy.
Shouts out to Shane Helm.
I want to meet him. I haven't met him yet. I gotta meet him.
I can't believe that. He actually beat The Rock, which is crazy. That's crazy.
Okay. So we got our recap, right? So I was watching AEW.
Talk about it.
You know, I seem to be the only one on here who tunes into AEW.
That is not true. That is not true.
I may be a WWE fanboy, if you will, but I've been tuning in. I gotta know what's being spoken about on the program. So you know.
So I'm not going to do a full recap of AEW, but I have a take. Will Ospreay is a modern day who?
See, when you said that, I need to see more from him before I solidify this.
What do you mean, the whole package or promo, ring wise, like what?
Presentation?
He gives off 96, 95 Michaels.
Okay.
But I need to see more.
Okay.
I was gonna go Brett, but I gotta give that to Danielson.
Okay. I'll go ahead. Who you think?
Man.
Any comparison? And I know they say the quickest way to kill something is to compare it, but you know.
Right. When he finally started opening up more and not being the silent wrestler, we always thought that he was mute early on until he finally became a personality. He kind of got like the Edge vibe for me. Like he has, you get the mic work, the crowd's always behind him, whether he works heel or face, and ring wise, I can honestly say I've never seen a bad Edge match.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny because the comparison to Edge, I see the intensity.
Right.
I see the intensity. Hear me out when I say this.
Wait. Before you do, what era of Edge?
Beginning Ruthless Aggression, when they were like the top, it was the top 6 in SmackDown when they were about to before became,
Rated R.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before, around that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I would see.
I think I'll let you get in. I think his personality, he has he separates himself from that in the sense of he grabs the crowd.
Right.
The crowd is just in tune with everything he says.
But it's kind of,
So
I know you're going to get to it, but the reason why I would say that is because with Ospreay, and it's probably going to allude to where you're leading to, is that he's already had a following coming in. And the reason why I said with Edge didn't really have it, but once he got the following, which led into the rated R stuff, that's why I'm saying that it progressed more. But I am interested. I got to, who you going to say?
So I wrote a journal, and I had to write a journal down because I had to make it make sense. Because if I just said it, it would be like, oh my gosh, the disrespect. You
about to say some outlandish shit, aren't you?
Will Ospreay,
oh shit,
is a modern day, athletic, more deserving Ultimate Warrior. He's full of energy.
Okay.
He's full of energy.
Okay.
He does a lot in his entrance.
What?
He does a lot in his, I said presentation.
Now he does.
He does a lot in his entrance. He doesn't run to the ring as fast because it's 2024 and people would think that he's Eugene. Right? If he was just running in the ring like Ultimate Warrior, they would think that he's, hold on.
Shaking ropes.
They would think that he's Eugene.
Okay.
And I mean, come to find out, when you look at the Warrior documentaries, Warrior was more Eugene than Eugene.
Right.
Right? Right?
Why not Macho?
Because of how he runs to the ring. Like Macho Man is like, I see what you're saying, but Macho Man is like, he's pretty with it.
There was a pacing. There's a
pace to it.
Yeah, there was a pacing.
Ospreay is running out to the ring. Like, he gets to the ring really quick, and then he picks it up. He doesn't do the shaking of the ropes, but he picks it up once he gets to the ropes.
Right.
So he's picking it up once he gets to the ropes, right?
Okay.
But like I said, he comes out with a lot of energy, and even when he talks, it's like, it's making sense.
That's where the Michaels comes in.
But what are we talking about? It's like
you just glued to it, like you just bro.
But Ultimate Warrior from presentation, like Ultimate Warrior had that, like he captivated people like that too when he talked on the mic. Right or wrong, I didn't grow up during that time.
Right.
But from what I see, before wrestling had this huge roster of talent, Ultimate Warrior was one of the top stars.
Yeah, he was a body guy. He talked loud. He was very verbose and didn't, people, like I said, people didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, but he was like, yeah, it's cool. If there's a documentary if you guys haven't heard of it or seen it, you could probably find it on YouTube. It's called The Deconstruction of Ultimate Warrior. It was a DVD that WWF had released after Warrior was bashing them. It's one of those DVDs that you can't find anymore because they got rid of it once they brought him in for the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
And it's everybody just busting his balls, like fucking with him. Jericho's on it, Edge, Christian, and they're talking about like his promos and all that shit. If you look it up, yeah. I get it. I get what you're saying. And
remember I said athletic, more deserving of the praise that he gets because he is a great worker. I'm not saying that he's Ultimate Warrior. I'm
the presentation,
the presentation,
yeah.
You think like, all right. Hot take. Who wins in the best 2 out of 3? Omega or Ospreay?
That's coming to a draw. That's a no contest. It's a no contest for me.
Well, Omega 4 years ago, yeah, it would be like a draw, like for me, like seriously. But now Ospreay is he's killing it. Like honestly, he's just killing it.
So across all the promotions, he's the best wrestler in the world.
Right now,
he's like that.
Yeah. I give dudes their due, and Ospreay has been on the come up for a way long time, man. And I'm glad to see where he's at right now. But the funny thing with him, and like I said, I get the Warrior thing, but it's like this face Ospreay is kind of bothering me. Like it's annoying to me. And not
he
in
has a
bad
punchable
way.
face.
Yeah, but not in a bad way though. But it's because it seems like a little forced because I like heel Ospreay. I like the shit he talks rough. Like I love that shit.
But he might be the best face in the industry though, right now. Because when it comes to faces,
besides Super Cody, but
no, but this is what I'm saying. Cody has more of a. It's kind of torn. He is towing the line of that Cena treatment. It's like he doesn't deserve to be where he's at. He does deserve to be where he at.
Right.
Face Ospreay, people want to see this dude win. They want to see him win. I don't think there's people who's like, nah, fuck with Ospreay. I don't get that sentiment from him.
I actually think
and he's great on the mic as well.
Yeah, he is.
I think Danielson is going to beat him. But then he's going to come back and beat him again. It's going to be like a trilogy almost with them. I don't see those good of a talents just having a one-off. So don't be surprised if he does lose to Danielson. But I don't know, man. Top wrestler in the game right now.
Top face.
Top face. Sorry.
Yeah.
I would have put it definitely top 3 wrestler.
It'll pain me to say this, but the top face is literally Cody Rhodes. Bro. Like Cody Rhodes changed the trajectory of WrestleMania because he wasn't given the opportunity to finish his story.
By the way, that's trajectory.
What did I say?
Trajectory.
What I meant was the projected idea. So the projected idea
that's
was
going
the
into
thing.
that's going into the,
gotta put that in
third
the log.
announces.
Yeah, put that in the
vocab.
log.
That's the vocab.
Yeah, gotta put that in the log.
But what I really meant was like because everybody thought that Cody was gonna win. It almost the last time we seen this was with Kofi Mania, and previously was the Yes Movement. I don't see Ospreay running into a situation like that where the fans are gonna like change the narrative to force him into a certain situation.
I don't think that determines who's the top face. That just speaks to the entitlement of the fans because really and truly, if Cody don't win again, we shouldn't be mad. You're going to watch Raw the next night. Like niggas is not gonna not tune in. You feel me?
Oh boy.
But that brings me to the next point because you said that you feel like he's gonna lose to Jericho.
Danielson.
To Danielson. My fault. I got Jericho up here. Some unknown rules in wrestling that you feel like you've observed. Maybe it's not something that's known, but something that I observed over the last 2 weeks is if you're going over a worthy opponent who may be in the middle of going towards the back end of their career, you're gonna take punishment. Right? So in the Okada Kingston match,
I saw that.
Okada was getting punished by Kingston. Like the chops going crazy. I'm like, if Kingston is okay with dishing out this treatment, these stiff blows, why is Okada not hitting him stiff when I know he's capable of it?
Mm-hmm.
Also, Hook and Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that Hook was gonna go over, but he took a little bit of punishment from Jericho, even though he was going crazy. He was going crazy with the what you call it? Wait, did Hook go over?
Hook won that match.
Hook went over, right?
Yeah.
He was going crazy with the suplexes.
The suplexes, which was
That first,
horrible.
that
They
first
were
one
horrible.
he landed.
I'm not sure if it's because
CTE.
Jericho got a bad back or if he just didn't want to take him.
I thought that he would. My opinion, I thought he was kind of sandbagging him.
Jericho?
Yeah, I kind of think because you could see those suplexes and it looked like he wasn't giving him no help at all. Like
Wow.
it seemed to me like, and Jericho's never been one to be an asshole. And maybe it plays into what you said that maybe he's his back or whatever. Maybe he went to that match not thinking he was going to be doing those suplexes, but at the same time, there was like no give there, and it almost seemed to me like young man. You're gonna have to earn this shit. Yeah. So I kind of think he kind of sandbagged him on that.
Here's what I will say. I look at that as almost like a tell when a champion is about to lose.
Mm-hmm.
When the champion is giving out harder and stiffer blows.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that, all right, you want this title, you gotta earn that. So I it's kind of like almost like a tell to see who's gonna win the match.
Mm-hmm.
For me, at least. Here's what I will say about Hook. I think Hook is in a protected position where they see him as the future. They just don't want to promote him as the future.
Yeah.
Also, the Okada and the Okada match, basically.
Okada and Kingston,
right? I remember I'm new to AEW, bro. You got to get a different finisher.
Who, Okada?
Yes, that
The
Rainmaker, bro. That is like
it's a clothesline.
for what they
It's a
were
clothesline from
building him
hell.
up as. Come on, man.
But he's a heel now, so like this don't have to be a pretty finisher. It's gonna put you out.
Yeah, but
And y'all gonna hate it every time I get a 3 count off of it.
Remember, I'm still green behind
Right.
the ears when it comes to AEW. He put on a classic with Danielson. Danielson hit him hard. And then about a week or two later, I see him lose to a clothesline from Okada. I need him to kind of like open the bag up a little deeper. Like,
You know he has a bag.
I know he does, but for that to be his finisher,
He's
it's
a
like,
heel.
bruv.
We don't want to give the fan in true heel fashion. You don't want to give the fans nothing to cheer for, right? So
Correct.
why go crazy with my finishing move having crazy impact so that they could be like, oh, I want to see this. Like, no, I ain't giving y'all nothing to see.
As a heel,
They come out to no music.
as a heel, here's how I picture the perfect heel. You got a finisher that can be hit anywhere, backstage, on a table, and it solidifies you as you deliver an impact. I don't know, like
What if this is the start to the evolution of his move?
I'm hoping
right?
so.
Because
I'm hoping
Orton's
so.
RKO didn't always look the way that it did. Steve Austin's stunner didn't always look the way that it did. Triple H's pedigree didn't always look the way that it did.
Oh,
so
that used to look bad.
Yeah.
man. that pedigree used to look
Yeah.
bad.
So maybe
but-
there's an evolution where he can turn it into, he can adopt the clothesline from hell, right? Start channeling some APA shit. He already got the hair like what Bradshaw had back
Stop
then.
it.
Start putting the little leather skinny floating devices.
he
that
doesn't have the
Bradshaw used to wear.
physique for it to be something that I'm like, damn, he took his head off. But to speak on unspoken rules, I don't know. I think we've kind of outgrown the fourth wall rule. That's kind of like an unspoken rule that I feel like, at least for AEW, AEW tiptoes the line of being a wrestling promotion where like they lean more on the wrestling aspect versus the entertainment aspect. And I like that. It's interesting that you mentioned off camera that there's a 20 count. I would have been watching and I'd have been like 2, Like, why is this match still going on? You know what I mean? I like the continental rule where there's pretty much no interference. I'm trying to think of another rule that's unspoken. Receipts. I love that. I think that's one of my favorites. If you hit me the wrong way, you know it's coming. I'm getting you back. I'm trying to think of another one. I like that, you know, wrestlers aren't visibly bitter knowing that they're going to lose their title that night.
Okay.
Because me personally, if I knew I was going to lose my title that match, you were going to see it.
There were instances where it happened too.
Really?
Yeah, I believe, I think it was Sean that did it one time. He knew he had to drop the belt and he wasn't pleased about it.
Sean overselling Hogan
was the funniest
like,
goddamn thing ever.
Oh my God.
It immediately, instantly hilarious.
Yeah.
And then when you hear the story about it, it makes it even funnier.
That's why Sean is the GOAT. But that's an unspoken rule as far as like, you know, selling, underselling. I wonder what the conversation was when Hook was not going to sell the Muscle Buster. How that conversation went, or was that kind of like on the fly?
Yeah.
Another unspoken rule was, well, it's not really an unspoken rule, but it's kind of like something that wrestlers kind of appreciate. I don't know if you heard this, but Charlotte's match with Rhea went longer than it was supposed to. According to Ronda Rousey, which I wish she would shut up. She basically said that Charlotte gave big dick energy and said, we're going to go longer.
And I'm in support of that because that was during the time where they were trying to get the women the main event or something like that, right? Like,
what are you talking about? The second, what are you talking about? The second Mania match? I mean, the last one?
Charlotte Rhea?
The last one?
Yeah.
Oh, that deserved to go long. Yeah, that deserved
for
it.
sure.
But according to Ronda, it was supposed to be a shorter frame of match. And I think that's like an unspoken rule where, like, you know,
hit your mark.
And you kind of like just go. But I think that's a rule that actually got broken. And for me, it's like little nuances like that I kind of appreciate because it shows that what you're watching, the people that are doing it, they give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that and the fact that Ronda, like, I you know, you said she needs to shut the fuck up, but you know, one thing that I could say about her is that she genuinely loves wrestling. Like the way that she talks about it, like you could tell she's been a wrestling fan for years.
I think she like combat more than wrestling.
No, she's a big wrestling fan. Big wrestling fan. And
but why burn a bridge in the way that you do? I know that's kind of like getting off our topic, but she's
it goes back to the spoken rule because it's the same thing. You're supposed to leave a territory and leave that door open because you never know if you're going to go back.
Thank you.
And that's an unspoken rule. Good segue, right? But but at the same time, she's on the I don't give a fuck mode, and I think even still she would still get carte blanche if she wanted to come back. I don't think she's burnt a bridge with anybody else. She's burning motherfuckers who deserve it. She's burning it with Vince. She's burning it with Laurinaitis. She's burning it with.
Oh, we can't say Vince. It's an unspoken.
Oh yeah, now it's a redacted. What's the
new word?
AJ calls him redacted name. With Bruce Pritchard, like she knows who to hit her marks with.
Do you think she ends up in AEW?
I think she does it despite WWE.
She does. Does it make a difference? I mean, she did make appearances for Ring of Honor not too long ago. Does it make a difference? No. Doesn't help her join, the ranks of getting some credibility as a wrestler? Sure. But I think with what's been going on the past few years with women's wrestling, that whole mention with Rhea and Charlotte going over, who has to have an issue with it is the producer, the bookers, the other ones have. And if nobody had an issue with it, then go let it roll.
My issue with the Ronda stuff is that, I mean, she's talking about big dick energy. On the back end,
she's the queen of big dick energy.
Is what she's giving right now, right? But I never see that in the ring when she's on the microphone. She comes off so timid on the microphone, like for the badass that she is. There's constant times that the fans are chanting what, and it's not because they're fucking with her. It's because they really can't hear her. because I can't hear her through my TV.
I think
she's speaking on the fucking mic.
I think
so I'd be like, what?
I think she's thinking while she's talking.
Your volume's at 99.
Yo, maxed out. And she's scared of the mic. She's holding it right here. I'm like, come on.
I think she's thinking while she's talking because she doesn't want to like blur that line of PG.
She's never been to talk in the UFC much anyway, right? So, it's not.
And whenever she did speak in WWE, like you said, you barely heard, like you could barely hear, like there's no confidence there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when she did have her moments, it was almost like, we don't believe you.
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Her moments came where she went against the grain. There was a specific moment where she was like, verbatim, I don't understand why there's a, I remember the promo, but I don't remember the wordage verbatim. But she basically was saying that, she didn't understand why the women's division had a different title than the men's division. Like it should just be all under one name.
Right.
I like when Ronda seems to present
So
herself
go fight Brock Lesnar.
And that's paraphrasing, ladies and gentlemen. That's not verbatim. That's paraphrasing, ladies and gentlemen.
Another word to add to the third announcer's table's dictionary. But
what did he say?
Verbatim, and it's paraphrasing.
no, because I was about to give an idea as to what she said, but then I kind of like just diverted from that.
But it's funny because with her being such a Piper fan, and Piper was,
Uncut,
a god in fucking promos and such. Like you would think that she would have, learned it that way, and she didn't. One unspoken rule that kind of hurt my feelings recently. And I get it. I understand why they did it. Maybe, and it's one of those things that it happens from time to time, but it also kind of diminishes what said wrestler wants to do when they're closing out their career, which is going out on your back, going out with your boots down. And what they did with Sting, I know wholeheartedly he didn't want that. I know he wanted to put the Bucks over and go
he didn't
out.
lose a single match.
Yeah, and it's Tony being a fanboy, and he deserves to go out the way he did, and I get that. I could see that part, but as a wrestler, as a career man, a man who puts so much into the business, going out on your back is a testament to saying to the fans, "Thank you."
Yeah.
And I think they kind of took that away from him when they did that.
Tell out the Kurt Angle fans.
Well, yeah.
And we're gonna move on, but in terms of this thing, I think this is the one time that going out on his back didn't matter to me. I wanted him to, and I thought that he was going to. I wanted him to. I thought that he was going to lose the final match, but when he didn't, I was like, he kind of deserves this because he didn't really have a good stint in WWE, and then in terms of going away and being a staple that he is in wrestling, that appreciation isn't there. So for him to live in his glory and for them to do Undertaker,
and they cut his speech off right before
Undertaker's streak should have never been ended. If it was ended, it shouldn't have been by Brock Lesnar.
Which is funny. That's in the quick hits. We'll talk about that in a minute.
It should never been ended.
I think it should have
by the right person.
But we'll talk about it because it's in quick hits. I got
should never end it. So for Sting to be like the counterpart to the Undertaker after a while later on in his career, I also feel like that was Tony's way of saying, shit, he ain't been defeated this long. Why send him out with a loss? So that's the logic that I would go with. But moving on, next topic, we got debuts. Jade Cargill.
Yes.
Is that how you pronounce it? Debuts?
Debuts.
I thought it was debut.
You got to add that to the list.
Not with an S, like multiple.
Debuts.
You don't pronounce the T.
Listen.
We're on the roll today, ladies and gentlemen.
Debuts.
The boots.
Jade Cargill is now officially a member of the SmackDown roster, and her presentation was amazing. That entrance, with the smoke in between that neon light triangle situation. I don't know how to describe the shit. I think presentation wise, amazing. However, I don't know if I'm feeling this this black versus Asian war that we got going on. I don't know.
Shouts out to Bree, my shorty. She called it.
Yeah.
She said, "Yo, you don't see what they doing?" I'm like, "Nah, what you talking about?" She said, "Yo, they doing a race war in WWE."
Facts.
But my only pushback on her presentation, they gotta change her graphic, man. That shit gives me big dog Roman Reigns vibes. And that if that's a tell to how they're gonna book her, man, I don't know. And you know, I'm a big Jade Cargill supporter.
Yeah.
For me, I like that, you know, for the little spots that she's getting, she's giving you a sample of what she can do physical wise.
Yeah.
I do think that moment where they had her in the ring with Nick Aldis, she looked a little nervous. It looked like that moment kind of like swarmed her. But, you know, that's everybody. Everybody's going to have that moment where they kind of like look like, oh shit, it's really a sold out arena. And, you know,
there's a difference between 7,000 to
17,000. Yeah, you know what I mean? So
there is a difference.
I'm not going to hold her to that. Everything else clicked. I think she came out there and she looked phenomenal. Phenomenal. I did think she kind of got muscle memory doing that pin that she did with her finisher.
Yeah.
But I let her rock because, you know, that's just...
But that's the picture that everybody sees now. That's the thumbnail now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Cool. They got to do something with her graphic, though. That
It's the
shit
sexiest pin, by the way.
I love it.
Sexiest pin.
I love it.
Who has a sexier pin, Cargill or Rhea?
Cargill. I like the tongue out. I
gotta go Rhea. Because Rhea... legs to ears. Legs to ears with potential of tongue out.
Which, by the
too.
way, are you guys enjoying the whole stink face Rhea now?
I saw that. And, you know, let me say this. Thank God my shorty's a wrestling fan because she hears this in real time. But I do like the fact that, you know, it isn't over sexualized to the point where you got bra and panties matches or mud slinging shit. But every once in a while, you got to remind motherfuckers that you look good. So I like it.
That's what it gave off.
Yeah.
And it was at a live event. It wasn't nothing on TV.
Right.
So I love the fact that the fans got to get that. And
Did you
she's
also
starting to understand that she's becoming a sex symbol for WWE. I mean, I guess all the women have been
Shit, did you see
considered
Shayna?
that.
Shayna was like stink face me, motherfucker. That's my homeboy right there. I fuck with Shayna. Yo, I swear to God, Shayna drink 40s with one hand. I don't give a fuck what nobody tell me.
Shayna look like she beat men, bro.
Yo, I want to see that happen too, man. For real, I really want to see that get down.
Speaking of sexiness and the women embracing their sexiness,
What's up?
Nia's curves was a topic that I wanted to speak about. She's been wearing this. I'm not sure if I just recognized it, but she's been wearing like this lace material in her gown, and I love that. You know, they're not just making her seem like the fat person, right?
I want Nia to slim down for health reasons so she doesn't end up blowing her knee out due to certain moves that she tries to do.
Before we get to knocking her, because I wanted to praise her curves.
I love Nia. I love me some Nia. I don't want her to get too slimmed down now to the point where she doesn't remain the same dominant force that she is. You know, I follow her on Instagram. So, you know. Disclaimer. You know, I see Nia Jackson and I see outside of work Nia Jax. And, you know, it goes on to what I said earlier about, you know, reminding the folks that, you know, this is a different era where you're going to see women that are more athletically, gifted as far as like, they might not be the eye candy that we are accustomed to, but don't get it twisted. There's still some eye candy out there.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying about Nia.
I think I definitely think Nia is eye candy.
She's being presented, or her presentation now is coming off more as like she's embodying her prettiness, like from the way she's doing up her face.
Face
the
card
way,
is undefeated.
unbeatable, right?
Yes.
Her hair, she come different style hair. The lace, Naya's curves.
Yes.
Right? Naya's curves
Yes.
is hitting right now.
She needs
So,
to be. She needs to be in the bloodline ASAP. By the way,
although she did not, get a run with the championship, I think they can go somewhere with this body positivity, because before, the way that they will position a bigger women is, I'm bigger than you. I'm fat. I'll sit on you. I think they'll have something with her embracing, like, yo, I look good too. I'm bigger than them, but I look good too. More of, the natural woman sexuality. I'm not asking her to, start grinding in the ring.
but that comes with her name, the Irresistible Force. That comes with her name, the Irresistible Face, and the Force, everything else.
What always killed me with her, and it's not a negative, is when you see her, I follow her on Instagram as well. So when you see her outside of the ring, body wise, it doesn't look the same. She actually looks more shapely.
Yeah.
Outside of it. I think, and I used to say the same thing about Jordan Grace, where the attire, the gimmick makes you look bigger for no reason. Like it didn't do her justice until you mentioned the sheer now.
Mm-hmm.
It's making her look more curvy. It's opening her up for a better look now.
Yeah.
I think that's what's happening with her. Shout out to Nia. Shout out to my boy Wild Louis Coyote, because anytime I talk about Nia, he'll go,
Same. Shouts out to Zelina Vega too.
Oh, that
Yes.
fit yesterday?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
And we talk about gear. and
Zelina?
fit. Zelina.
Whew. So when I was talking about debuts, when I was talking about debuts, this is what I was talking about. Because that fit,
She had it going on.
It wasn't Dragon Lee debuting as a
no,
new
fuck
LWO.
fuck no.
I play. I know
That
what
straight jacket shit that she had on.
She had the mini Ripley going on.
Oh my God. Yo. She made it out the bathroom break faction.
Shout out to
Yes, she did.
Shout out to Zelina. She's a NYC girl. She's a Queens girl.
Zelina.
Shout out.
Put that shit on.
Put that shit on.
You had that shit on yesterday.
And we
You
also
wear that
gotta-
every week? You wear that every week? You
Definitely out the bathroom.
We also got to give a shout out to HBK, Shawn Michaels, for recruiting the next generation of women superstars. He has an eye for talent and talent. I'll just leave it at that.
And plus, it's always been said that she has a mind for the business as well, so it's not just about her looks.
Of course, she
But
grew up
definitely,
in
she
the-
is looking good, though. God damn, girl.
Zelina?
Shit. Malachi Black, boy. I see you, son. Malachi scooped that shit up quick. He was up on it.
Zelina?
Yeah, that's
Oh my God.
his wife.
Zelina.
They married?
Yeah, that's
Thank
his
you.
wife.
All right, I got to be respectful.
Thank you.
Why do you think his ass might be coming back to WWE? He's like,
Shit.
I can't leave her out there for too
No,
long.
hell no. She on the road for y'all bragging about the days that y'all get off. Shit. 300 days on the road? Somebody gonna shoot. Cody Rhodes might hear that. Talking about a road. Nah, let me stop.
Shouts out to Brandy. Brandy might slap you for that.
Listen. Look at here, heifer. But bringing it back to Jade, do you feel like a better match would have been her versus Nia at Mania, or her with the? I did not see her standing next to Bianca Belair this soon. Like, I did not see that, but whatever.
The
I'll
idea
take it.
was to have them fight each other at Mania. I don't think she should have. I think it protects her because, again, like Red mentioned, it's a difference between going from 7,000 to 17,000. You know what I mean? She debuted at the Rumble. I'm pretty sure that was a moment that she'll never forget about. But, when it comes to, just easing people in, if they're not used to that, you can't force them to be what you think they're going to be.
Yeah.
And I think with Jade, she is being protected in the sense of, okay, the fans want to see her, but you're showcasing her in a way where she doesn't have to necessarily be out there in a way where you can poke holes in her game.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You give her a few spots You tease the fans to say like, man, I can't wait to see her go on a run on her own. And it's the perfect segue to say, all right, the next time she does something, I'm tuning in. Because now you got her up against two of the best, like you got her paired up with two of the top athletes in the business with Bianca Belair and Naomi. So now, from that standpoint, she can add an extra element to that while teasing the fans to say, hey, look at me and look what I'm about to do in the future.
Yeah.
Also, while giving her a potential win. It's a win-win for everybody.
Okay. I take that. How long until she turns heel?
I don't see her turning.
I don't see her turning.
I see Bianca.
That's what I see happening.
Yeah, I see Bianca turning.
I feel like there was some seeds planted.
Of course.
And I thought it was going to happen before WrestleMania. I thought she was going to turn on Trinity. But I see Bianca turning as well.
Bianca is going to beat
Bianca
the holy shit out of Naomi, and it's going to break my heart.
If it doesn't happen Mania night, it'll happen at SmackDown.
Mania.
I definitely see Naomi versus Bianca at Backlash.
Okay.
And then I see them giving Jade the green light to go one-on-one with Bianca at SummerSlam. If they're gonna see Bianca and Jade, it's gonna be at the Big Four. They're not gonna just throw it out there.
Yeah, I would see Bianca and Jade at like SummerSlam, something like that. I would see that.
The hotties out.
Yeah.
The hotties out. The hotties. All right. So some people, some outlets are calling this the best Raw ever, which
I did.
I don't know how you can make that claim yet. I know what it felt like. This felt good for a wrestling fan. We were fed.
I don't remember the matches.
Yeah,
that's how good it was.
Everything made sense on this episode of Raw. Like they were cooking, and I was saying that as I was watching it. I was on the phone with my cousin. He was asking me to do something, help him out with a presentation. And I just could not focus on that presentation because I'm like, yo, they cooking. It was such a great episode of Raw.
Wait, hold on. Shout out to Ricochet and JD McDonough. That match was fire, too.
It was
fire.
You know it was a great episode of Raw because
Ricochet got a moment.
that, and my cousin was watching it via FaceTime. Like the whole remaining hour and a half, we're watching this shit on FaceTime. Like this shit just held your attention from the CM Punk promo all the way to the end of the show. We watching it on FaceTime.
I need that to be a year-long story, similar to how they booking Hangman, Samoa Joe, and Swerve.
Yeah.
You can book Punk, McIntyre, and Rollins the same way, although I do believe that Rollins at some point is going to go after Roman. I believe that's going to happen because I do believe Roman's going to retain. But, man, seeing that in real time, it just felt like it literally felt like they were having fun out there.
Yeah.
But they kept selling the product.
It was very free form.
I don't like you, and I don't like you.
Do you remember any of your favorite lines from it? And he just
say his name.
Yes.
What is his name? Say his name.
Who anointed you the chosen one? Say his name. Which one do you got?
Drew McIntyre. I never needed to put another man's name on my shirt just to sell it.
That's how you know it hit.
My favorite was when Punk was saying, not verbatim, paraphrasing, when he says, "Are you a man in a kilt or a troll in a skirt?" And Drew goes, "You get for what you say, man. You can get you canceled."
That's how you knew they cooked. They each cooked.
PG, brother.
If I could be completely transparent, I don't like face Rollins. I think he's better off as a heel.
I do too. I
think it holds him back creatively on the microphone when he's a face because he tries to like.
And right there, that night he was in there with gods.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you know what? He picked it up when the crowd got into it a little bit more. When he asked, because once again I called it. I know Punk is going to be an announcer. I pretty much said that.
I think they're going to bump to ref.
Nah, he's going to be an announcer because it fits a better role for him and it plays more into what's going to come afterwards. But
you think not to cut you off, you think it
But he
fits
said-
better than
but he
having
said-
him raise the hand of the winner of
But
that
did you hear
match?
what he said? He says, I can't referee because I'm not going to be impartial to any
right.
one of those.
He doesn't like either one of them.
So that's what he said. He won't be able to do it fairly.
Perfect.
But when when the crowd was chanting ref and
He did the
and
count?
Seth
Counted?
did the Seth said,
Yeah.
I think his counting arm is working, and he did it. I was like,
You know
this
what it
is
reminded me of?
fucking Epic.
It reminded me of when everybody left Raw and CM Punk was in the ring with Triple H, and you knew that they didn't
Oh,
really
they
like
counted
each
the
other.
border- yeah.
And he
Yeah.
was like, "Can I put your vest on?" That vibe
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the vibe that I got from that. But yeah, they were cooking. Some of the elements that made this a great show is kicking it off with a surprise factor. And literally, when Raw went on the air, I'm like, okay, no Roman Reigns was advertised, no Rock was advertised, so I don't anticipate them being here. But damn, it would be great if we bring back the surprise factor. Like, why do we have to market and advertise people just for them to show up, for the big names to show up? I get it, you want to sell out the place, but we on the road to WrestleMania. This place is already sold out.
It's actually
So when
anticipated that they're going to be there to carry their storyline. So, you know, for me,
Well,
I expect them to be there.
Well,
No,
marketing wise, I get what he's saying. I understand. It's we missed that wow factor of like,
Yeah.
oh shit, like
He's here.
Like, as soon as you hear gong, you like, holy shit, the fucking Undertaker's here.
Right, exactly.
So it's that I get, but also it's there's also a factor that's been it's been missing from WWE for a while, which used to happen during the Attitude Era. Which, by the way, I want to ask you guys about something along that lines as well, which is the during the Attitude Era, they would have, you knew that Stone Cold was going to be in the building.
Yeah.
But they never told you when it was going to happen.
Right.
So they always teased it like at the 9:00 hour. Stone Cold is going to be in the building. We don't know when he's going to pop up.
Right.
But don't go anywhere. Stick around. He will pop up. So there's always that tease of when they'll come. We're not getting that anymore.
Right.
I think that holds an audience longer if you keep doing that.
Yeah. For me, I think when it comes to wrestling, we've fallen too much into the capitalistic world, right? If this person is advertised, then he's going to be here. If he's not advertised, I think there was only one other time this year or within the last year that somebody wasn't advertised and they showed up. And I think it was Roman Reigns.
Right.
He showed up on an episode of SmackDown that he wasn't advertised for. But you're saying that it's expected because they're in a story. You would think that they
Mania
will,
season.
but you would think that they would be in the building for SmackDown yesterday, right? And they weren't because whoever somebody part of this story.
If they weren't gonna get physical, no.
But you're saying we're on the road to WrestleMania. So the prediction or the expectation is that they're going to be in the building because we're a week out.
Here's the exception to that, because we seen it last year. They have to present something different. We seen the Cody and Roman storyline last year. So it's only so much that they can representate during that time frame.
Put that down. What's a representation?
Representate.
Yeah, put that one down.
So from that
It's the third announcer table dictionary, ladies and gentlemen.
So from that perspective, it's like, unless you plan
I'm making a sound effect for this shit now. Yeah, you're gonna make me look for this shit now.
I'm with it. So from that perspective, it's like, how much more can he really, showcase that is not a rerun from last year?
But you know what I think?
What I'm saying is
Go ahead.
the surprise factor that's missing. Usually, when they're showing up. Me and telling from the people's reaction in Chicago, they had no clue that The Rock was going to be. I would say 80% to 90% of the people there wasn't thinking,
Well,
we're going to see The Rock.
What
right now.
I think where they're learning from that, where they're getting it now from is when Survivor Series, when the show's going off, everybody's like, congratulations to blah blah blah, and over and the wow factor happened.
Yeah.
And I think that they're like, when you can get that emotion from a crowd, I get what you're saying is to sell tickets wise. That I get, to put it out there. But right now, the product it's been on such a roll that I think Yeah, you drop the Rock's name here and there. You say possibly he'll show up. You never know, blah, blah, blah. But right now, it is fun to, like, one of the biggest things I fucking hate with WWE and even in AEW, they do it, wrestling in general, is on a run-in, they play their fucking theme music. That shit is fucking annoying. I hate that.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, but why? If I'm doing a run-in, I'm supposed to be running in, and you're not supposed to know I'm coming in.
Like,
it's
on site. It's not like, cue my music, let them know that I'm in the building.
Like you're running through the gorilla position.
Would
Like,
a
hit my music.
Stone Cold run-in hit the same if you didn't hit the glass break?
But
That's
he's done that,
different,
though.
but- and he's done it without
in the
it.
Attitude
Yeah.
Era, they would run in. Remember that SmackDown episode where it's going around on social media? This has to be the best episode of SmackDowns. It was a million superstars running in, and
Everybody
music
was doing
music was hitting.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but that's at the end of the show. That's like,
But even so, like, there's if it's on site, like he said, like he's not running through gorillas.
right? No,
like,
I'm not
saying,
thinking
like,
about my
"Hit
music.
music.
Right. I'm not. We're thinking about the realistic, logical aspect
Right.
of it, right? And we try to right now. What it seems like they're doing, they're trying to blur the lines. So if we want things to be realistic in a real fight, if I see somebody I got a problem with and they right there,
you just running out there.
I'm not coming out with a megaphone. Watch out! Like
So,
Well, like,
so you think Jade Cargill's running should have had no music? She should have just ran out.
Are you talking about?
The last SmackDown. Because she had her music. She slow walked. She did all that.
No, she don't have a problem with anybody there. She doesn't have a problem with anybody there. If you have a problem,
Touche.
you're pulling up,
Right.
right? I'm not calling you. I know you there. I'm spinning the block. You're not giving the ops no warnings.
When Stone Cold came in with the beer truck or the ambulance, whatever the fuck he was
You just
coming
saw
in,
the camera cut.
he just saw the camera cut. That's
Yeah.
all it was. You didn't hear the theme, nothing. He just came in.
Right.
You know, and there's moments to where the theme hits and everybody will go, "Oh my God." Like you get that wow factor, but there's also moments like you said when it's that realism and you know it's about to pop. Like, you know, Sammy getting his ass whipped. You know, Kevin's going to run out anyway. You don't need to hear theme music.
Right.
Like, you know it's going to happen. So
And you speaking to the emotion, that pop resembles something from the Attitude Era. When's the last time you heard somebody music hit and you saw the quick rise? Obviously, when Roman Reigns come out, the music play, everybody get up, they do the acknowledge me thing. When the Rock's music hit the other night, it was like you saw people jump to the roof. Like you saw. I thought I saw a million signs up in there. I thought I was back
That's
in
why
2001.
LA Knight is one of those guys currently, because he's the only guy that falls into that category where you hear LA and everybody.
And then everybody jumps up.
you know what? You guys should do it like for a future segment to see what's the big pop music this day and age. Or big like themes that's getting people on their feet. Because right now, that fucking Bloodline shit, I didn't know it was really that much over. I saw a wedding where motherfuckers was doing that shit.
Yeah.
Right,
I
it's
was
that
weak.
Yeah. Yeah. That shit was
Everybody
like that.
stop. Everybody stop. Like, all right. The
What's
car.
happening?
You should put that as a rundown for next go around.
Yeah. I do want to get to the end of the show. Another element that made it a great show was the consistency in the storytelling. So from top to bottom, there were seeds planted. You'd see Rock is on his way out of the building, but we're still trying to figure out what the hell did he say to Cody Rhodes. And I'm literally mad because I think our feelings towards The Rock has been based off of how he presented himself in previous returns to WWE, where
It's a new Rock.
where
It's the
he's a
final
part-timer.
boss.
But he is here and he is working.
The final boss.
So when he's on screen for as long as he's on screen for, and the story is consistent, it's so surprising that, like, I mean, obviously you felt like something, we had to get some clarity at the end of this episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to see him whoop Cody Rhodes' ass and talk to him as if he was talking to,
boy,
Rock's voice right now is the same voice he used in the promo.
I don't give a fuck.
The voice that he uses right now is the same voice that he used with Triple H when he was making fun of the way that Triple H speaks. Where he was like, "I'm the game," and he's really speaking like that. Cody Rhodes, Mama Rhodes, yeah, boy. So it's just refreshing to see where wrestling is right now, and WWE, not just wrestling, just WWE.
I mean, it's almost a renaissance with them now. Oh, sorry, yeah. My fault. Yeah, that's what happens when you walk away. You didn't want to bump the mic. Yeah, so it's a renaissance with them, and I'm really happy. Like I said, because everybody would sit there and believe that, oh, you're a WWE guy. No, I'm a wrestling guy. I've been saying it for the longest.
I'm a WWE
and I want
guy.
wrestling to flourish. Because I want to see wrestlers go. But right now, to see people start to turn now, and like you said, your cousin is watching it with you now.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. It's a look at Uncle Fred. You know, he's gonna pull up. Shout out to the people at the Seneca. We're gonna be doing it up night 1 at WrestleMania.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, pull up at just check us on the group page.
What time doors open?
Doors open at 6 p.m., guys, for you guys to pull in. We're going to be doing raffles. We're going to do bingo. We're going to have Mania Bingo, ladies and gentlemen.
That poutine.
That poutine?
I will not. That's disgusting.
Crazy, boy.
That's the dish from Canada, right? Yeah, that shit is crazy.
So, even him, and he's like, he's going to pull up, and he's like, hey, you know I don't fuck with wrestling. The Rock is wrestling. I'm like, yeah, nigga, he going to wrestle 2 nights. He's like, word. So now he on it. So.
It's lit. It's lit. What do you think made that episode of Raw so great?
I think the element of seeing it's so many factors, and I'll try to be quick. The element of seeing the hero get his ass beat
In the rain.
Shouts out to the rain. That was an extra element that was
Mother Nature's over.
Shouts out to Mother Nature.
Shout out to the rain.
Mother Nature put it over.
She acknowledged the bloodline on that one. But honestly speaking, from the CM Punk, like we all each signified a different moment in that segment that stood out to us. That moment hit.
Yeah.
The closing segment hit. The matches were A1. It didn't feel like it almost felt like the closing show before a pay-per-view. And it was just right in the middle of the run. And to me, I feel like all episodes leading up to Mania should hit like that.
Yeah.
The SmackDown that just happened, it was kind of, here's what I will say. This SmackDown that just happened was a moment for the rest of the card to have their moment. But these next two, the Raw at Barclays.
I'm there. I'm in there. Floor seats.
Please take pictures.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Bet.
Please take pictures.
Oh, take business cards. I got some cards out there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Shout out
Listen,
Big Kid.
I wish I had a Turnbuckle Tabloid hoodie.
Oh, we're working on that. We're gonna get some of that. We're gonna get some.
I will be in that bitch too. But we're accustomed to having such a edge of your seat, like, oh my God, this is what the pay-per-view is gonna look like, or the live event is gonna look like. And for that to happen in the format that it did, when it happened, it gave off classic vibes, because it was just like it clicked on all cylinders. Unpredictable, quality matches, building actual storylines. Like, there wasn't no bathroom break throughout the entire 3
At
hours. You didn't realize it was 3 hours until you just looked up and said, "Oh my God,
this shit over."
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Even
So-
the when you mentioned bathroom break, and I thought they handled it well, because I was going to say for me what did everything for Raw was the pacing of everything, and even knowing that Punk McIntyre Rollins segment, you could tell it was going to run long, but the match afterwards was Candice LeRae versus
Shouts out to the Poison Pixie.
Maxine Dupree. Even that match, you knew it was going to be rushed, but it was set and done right.
Yes.
As how they did their finish. Like, they gave them the opportunity to even do that story. Candice sold like she was injured. She's trying to get Indy to help her cheat. Indy wasn't with it. She ended up doing it on her own anyway. And that years ago, that segment would have been a blown segment. It'd have been done in a minute and a half and done. They actually paced it right, gave them the opportunity, gave them the story. I thought it was very, very smart and very strategic the way they did.
Shouts out to Candice LeRae. She has a fire nickname, Poison Pixie. You got to be healed with that name.
Facts. I agree. They were cooking in that writing room.
Yes.
I don't know what the hell they were on. That writing room must have looked like Bobby Shmurda performing at Epic Records, because they We're on some shit in that
Shouts out to the
writer's room.
final boss.
All right. So last segment in our recap, we got Mania. 1 week away from Mania. I'm gonna be at Barclays. Reem is gonna be at night two, the main event for WrestleMania. I actually got WWE 2K24.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh,
and I'm playing it right now.
What system?
Xbox.
Okay.
Xbox S.
I'm coming soon. I'll be there.
And I haven't played games in a minute. So it's a struggle for me to be trash at something because I'm so competitive. I'm like, yo, fuck this game, bro.
What are your
Fuck this
initial
game.
What did you start doing? What did you start playing?
Yeah,
What
like,
mode did you go to?
like, how do you feel about
Well,
it?
so as it's downloading, when you get to a certain percentage, they allow you to play the game, but you can only play with like 4
Without
characters.
the online features.
Right. So I played with like Roman Reigns, and I put him against whoever was the weakest opponent available at the time. Might have been LA Knight. And this shit is hard. Like, I thought I remember the WWE controls. This shit is hard. Like,
What do you think about the graphics?
I think the graphics are solid. I definitely need to go to the performance center and practice. Like, I need to practice. I need to get the practice in because I don't like
Real
being
quick
trash.
before we
for
get
shit.
into the main shit, do you think you could beat Red right now?
In WWE 2K?
24. Yes.
Fuck no.
Oh damn.
I'm not even going.
He kept it
No,
real.
I haven't played games, and this is the first game that I bought probably in over 6-7 years.
I would love to get at least some type of video content where it's a triple threat match between us three.
That'd be fine.
We can make it
do
happen.
Let's do it.
We can do it.
I will tell you, once you settle in, the first thing I would tell you to play just to get a feel for it, after you come out of the PC, is do Showcase. Showcase pretty much gives you a feel of what each match is going to be like.
Is that the storyline?
Yeah, the WrestleMania mode. Do that one.
Which one is the story mode? Where you're-
That's My Rise.
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
do Showcase
Where you're
first.
building the superstar.
Yeah,
from
okay.
right.
nothing to
So
something.
since I'm a guy who anticipates and builds for universe mode, that's the last thing that I start playing because I do my shows, I do my rosters, I do all that shit. I make sure everything is like set because that's gonna be my run.
Do they
towards
have
the
an
end.
online universal mode?
No, they don't. But there is there's a way that you could still manipulate it and do it like that way. But
We gotta do some shit like that.
I don't even know where to start with this goddamn game.
I tell you, start with Showcase.
Okay.
Right now, I hadn't done it. I'd never played it before, but I'm playing it now because they're saying that it's going to be more of an addition to the game. I've been playing My Faction now
Okay.
because
I'm familiar with that.
yeah. So when you do the My Factions, they apparently outfits, gimmicks, whatever the case may be, will be moving over to the real game, so you could use them. Before they kept it just for My Faction. Now you're gonna be able to do that. So
What's the name of your faction?
Hit Squad?
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Mine is Brooklyn's Finest.
oh, so you did do that? That would have been my second name. That would have been
Really?
it. Yeah.
All right.
I always do that. Did you create your wrestler yet?
No, fuck no. I literally turned the shit on at like 12 something last night. 12 something
Played a couple
a.m.
matches.
Played a couple matches. Got you. Yo, I was like, I am hard. This hurts.
You
to
just
be
gotta
this
learn how to
trash.
use the
This shit hurts.
You got to use the what button is that? The X button? That's the
Learn how to kick out. That's most important.
No, it's the reversals.
The
You gotta-
reversal,
You gotta
yeah.
get the reversals.
Yeah.
And know when to use your trigger buttons for like instant recovery and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's it gets
I'll
there's
figure
certain
it
times
out.
in certain matches I'll be like, fuck, I should have won that.
I think this is going to be good for my mental, though. I think it's going to...
It's good relax. It's
Yeah.
a good relaxing game.
All right, so, Red, you got the WrestleMania card for us. We're going to do some previews, some predictions. We're going to go through this card. We're going to do it like a lightning round?
Yeah, we could do it that way. And mind you, I don't know if this is the final card. I know they have here listed.
From what I've seen, they were aiming for 13. They
Right
might do
now
14.
they have 11 on the card, and they don't have the Andre the Giant Battle Royal as of yet. But
I think that's
if you want to
one.
throw
I
that
think
up,
I think Final Testament versus the Pride is going to be another one. I'm hearing that might be a street fight. I don't know.
Yeah, there's still I believe that's the 12th match, which is the tag team match that's there.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So
it's 6,
no pun intended.
No, it's 7 for night 1 and 6 for night 2, allegedly.
And what is WrestleMania start time? Is it 7 or
7.
is it for both nights?
yeah.
Damn.
The tickets, they said 6:30. I mean,
So like I said, Seneca, we're doing night 1 there, and they're already hyped to say that they might do night 2 as well. I told them, because they said they might not be able to do the projector, but I said that's okay because I know a lot of people that won't show up, but I'll still go over there and chill over there. Any case, so for the Royal Rumble, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, just a quick one. Who do you think wins? Just think of everybody that's not on the main card. That's going to be in that match.
Is Ricochet on the card?
No.
Ricochet.
I'm going to go Gable.
Mm.
I'm going to go Gable. I think Gable, if he can't somehow squeeze into that IC match, they got to continue to showcase him as a talent because he's too technically sound to be where he's at. You know, I think they gave Sammy the rub because of the momentum that he had carrying over from last year and all that other stuff. But you remove Sammy from that, it would have been Gable versus Gunther. Would he have beaten Gunther on Mania? But I think to give him that nudge to say, we got you, guy, give him the Andre.
Okay. Solid choice.
You guys put up 2 great ones, and I was leaning Ricochet because he's been on the come up the past.
I'm surprised he hasn't won it already.
Yeah, I mean, they like to toss it to big men and strong men or whatever, but I think the way that they and Triple H always liked him. There's an upswing with it, but I do like the premise of Gable though. I think that's and it fits his gimmick too for him to walk around with that trophy and shit,
yeah, for sure.
and then somebody to come out and break it. And, give him more of that underdog momentum kind of go.
Yeah.
So I'll go Gable, but I'll go Ricochet with a close
Gotta give it to Angle Jr.
Yeah.
I know we're not supposed to spend too much time on this, but I want to give you my thoughts on a fantasy booking situation with Gable.
Let's get it.
I think you just gave me an idea for like a Chase U call up and for him to be paired with Chase U. But with the story that's going on with him, Sammy, and Gunther, and Gable, something about Gable in a suit just looks very douchey, very blue collar. And I can see him turning and being serious about this ring work the way that it.
Very
Imperium.
Very Bob Backlund.
No.
You think he's going to join Imperium?
I think it would be very interesting for him to join Imperium because he takes the mat. He wrestles like the mat is sacred as well.
Here's what I will say. If that happens, that can only happen once Chase U is up and solidified on the roster, because then it's almost like you don't want to leave what's already established.
But I'm
just
saying one
in
or the
wing.
other. I'm not saying he's taking Chase U and put him with Imperium. I'm saying
No. You take Chase U and kind of like carry over the Alpha Academy, so it's like a hybrid, like it's Chase Academy.
Right.
And that goes up against the newly founded Imperium with Chad Gable. So now it's almost like a jealousy factor because now you see the Academy prospering without him, but now they have that run-in with that familiarity to say like, oh my God, how is Gable gonna look when he's up against what's Big Boy?
Otis?
No, Otis. There we go.
Okay.
How does that look? You know what I mean? So it still gives the formula of saying like they're still under the wrestler school, but now you have a formidable sort of like stable versus stable type of deal where that can carry at least for 2 months. 3 months.
I like him with the Creed brothers. It gives me that Kurt Angle, Shelton
Team
Benjamin,
Angle.
Team Angle, world's greatest tag team feel. Yo, that fucking faction. I wish that would have been more over.
We got to put him with some actual wrestlers, like people who like care about it.
Because the Creed brothers,
You don't like the
those guys are
Tozawa shuffle?
the Creed brothers are
You know,
legit.
Tozawa's my guy, but
I wouldn't be surprised if they move Chad away from that, and let's say they put him with the Creed.
They have to if they're gonna
and they'll
legitimize
and they'll
it.
put like Otis with with Tozawa as their own separate thing, their own, goofy thing, or whatever the case may be, or even leave them on NXT to be something fun on that side. But I would love to see, because Ivy Nile, she's a short chick, but she's a work. Like she's a definite work, and I can see her on the next come up for after Mania and stuff. But yeah, I would like to see more with Chad.
All right, let's keep it going. Who else we got?
So, just to kick off, we just saw the possibility. Well, not the possibility, but the joining of Team Bianca, Cargill, and Naomi versus Damage Control.
That's an official match.
That is official.
Yeah,
I definitely don't see Damage Control winning that.
Yeah,
because of so many reasons. They want to protect Jade Cargill.
The blacks are winning.
They want they want to continue this Bianca streak.
The blacks are winning.
I agree. That's a no-brainer.
Why? Because they're black woman?
Nah.
The interesting thing is to see. Dakota Kai is definitely taking the pin in that one. I think they're gonna let Bianca pin her. You think Jade is gonna pin her?
I don't think Dakota Kai is taking the pin. I think Dakota Kai is about to be on an upswing.
So that means that whoever gets pinned from the Kabuki Warriors sets up a tag.
It's not going to be Asuka. It's going to be the other one.
Kairi Sane.
Yeah.
That sets up a tag match for the titles.
I don't think it necessarily have to set up maybe, but
you beat the champions.
I'm looking more of a unified tag team to actually take the titles from them and not them just bunching women together and say, here, you're the new tag team champions. We need something uniform, same outfit, same.
Naomi and Jade.
Nah, I don't see it.
You know Bianca's turning heel.
Yeah, but that opens up the story for something else, not a tag team. If you're saying she's going to turn on Naomi, then how is Naomi and Jade going to?
Well, quick booking. Bianca beats the shit out of Naomi till she's basically written off of TV, which sets up Jade and Bianca for SummerSlam.
But you're talking about the tag titles. You're saying that somebody's going to tag.
No. That's based off of your idea. This is why I say Dakota, because it protects the tag titles. Okay. If you pin a champion, that sets you up for a tag title match or whatever type of title match. Like if you beat the champion, you're in line to be that theoretical.
You're thinking too deep into it, and clearly they don't care about the tag titles for the women because they would have been defended at WrestleMania, and this is feeling like the second year that they're not defending it at WrestleMania, so that doesn't matter. They don't care about the tag titles, so they could lose the tag titles and still be wearing them the next day.
So you think Jade pins?
I don't know who's pinning who. I just feel like
the blacks are
winning.
I go the other way. I think Damage Control wins, and it plants the seeds of inner turmoil, which will give Bianca the reason to be upset with Jade. I think Naomi takes the pin, and Bianca blames Jade for Naomi losing that match, and it starts their rivalry there.
So Jade get mad because her WrestleMania streak is over. Bianca get mad because her WrestleMania
her streak could be over. But remember, she could lose it. Naomi. She could lose that streak because it's not a singles match. So it's different as opposed to a singles. It's a tag match. So
okay, that's super valid.
Yeah.
All right.
Next up, the tag team tournament for the unification of the titles.
Read me the teams if you have them.
I have here
six of them.
New Catch Republic wins. New Catch Republic won last night, and A-Town Down Under with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Which, by the way, I like those dudes, man. There's something about them.
A-Town Down Under.
Yeah, I like those dudes.
I've grown to understand Austin Theory. Shouts out to Austin Theory. I can't bash him any longer. He's helped my social media platform. So I've grown to accept what he is and how he carries himself. I do think Austin Theory eventually splits from Grayson Waller. I don't know if that's entertaining enough for it to be on television, but it happens.
Don't turn him face. Just do me a favor. Don't turn him face.
So you're gonna have two heels competing against each other?
I don't see it being turned anyway. I think there would be an applicable split.
Yeah.
But
so what are all the teams?
New Catch.
It was New
A-Town
Catch,
Under.
A-Town Down Under, and
New Day.
I'm trying to. I don't. It's New Day, and I don't see.
Awesome Truth.
Awesome Truth, right? And I don't have the. I don't.
Judgment Day, and DIY.
Right, there you go. Thank you, because they didn't have the full rundown here. Yeah, those are the 6.
I don't know. I don't see
This is
Judgment
gonna
Day
be a fun ass
retaining.
match, though. This will be fun as fuck.
I see if there was any other time for Judgment Day to drop the titles, it would be that. I just don't know who I would give it to from that match.
I say New Catch Republic. I'm going with an underdog, with a pick that folks may not see. I'm gonna go with New Catch Republic.
I see Awesome Truth.
I would love Awesome Truth to do it because it'll be fun to see them with it.
You giving Truth his one win at Mania because he's definitely earned it from an over perspective.
I said I want Truth to run in as dressed as the Philly Fanatic.
I don't like what they doing to my boy Truth.
Oh,
man.
come on!
They making him like
Making him, he's been there for the last 10 years.
10.
You talking to me?
bro. Like
Look
you
at here,
talking-
little Jimmy.
He playing like the. Come on, man. Like it's.
Like I tell you, that man says it straight up and down. You can say what you want, but I'm fucking paid.
You ain't feel the way when they had him rapping on TV?
People in the world, what's up?
I let it rock because it wasn't too much overkill, but the personality in which like he's just the stupid black guy. It's like,
Well,
come on,
all right. So let me ask you guys, since you guys are the black people of the show, how would you like, you know, how would you like blacks to be displayed in wrestling? Because it's one of the two things. It's like right now you got the R-Truth kind of thing, or you got the rich, stereotypical rapper kind of braggadocious, you know.
I want everyone to have a character that they're comfortable with.
Right.
I want everyone to have a character that they can play to their strengths. Also challenge themselves when it's time for a character switch. But I just want everyone to be comfortable playing their character. I don't want people to get a character thrusted upon them because they're black. I don't want Truth to be a rapper because he's black. I don't want Crime Time to be Crime Time and from Brooklyn because they're black. I don't want freaking Bobby Lashley.
Nah, Bobby good.
Nah,
Bobby's good because he's a Marine. But that shit
he was actually a good. He doesn't fit that line. The only shit is that he does dress. You know, he dressed good. He's a good dresser. So.
Here's what I will say to answer that.
I don't want them putting Bobby Lashley with the Street Profits because they're black. That's my point. Bobby Lashley didn't need the Street.
Kind of presented them on some like, yo, these guys
He's
are
done
talented.
nothing for the Street Profits since they've gotten whacker and whacker since his plastered on eyebrows decided to walk over there with him.
He got alopecia. Leave that man alone.
Is that what he has?
Yes, he has.
I didn't know that. So my bad, Bobby.
This is why they need
Bobby. I'm sorry.
That's
why he has a
MVP
sweatband
as
on
the
him.
final piece of the pride. They need MVP to counteract Bobby Lashley being the guy to carry them in that role.
Yeah, but yes, the eyebrows is kind of funny though. Like, why are you drawing them shits on?
Here's what I will say to answer that question.
Own that shit.
I think that I don't want any black wrestler fitting a stereotype that takes away from their actual talent. R-Truth is an actual talent. You know what I mean? If you are lacking in talent, then by all means, tap into that stereotypical sense for comic relief because it carries you when you are being presented on screen. I look at R-Truth as someone who is legitimately talented enough to be presented in however fashion you put him in. He's a worker's worker. You tell him to go out there to make a match happen, he's going to do it. You tell him to do this, he's going to do it. But when you got him out there portraying the typical ignorant black individual, and you don't have a necessarily counterpart to that, which is a white version of that, it kind of leads to think that, hey, this is kind of like racially driven. So that's why I'm just like, man, every time I see this shit, it's just like, bro, this is the only road you could have accepted? Like, really?
I don't know. Because
I liked him when he went up against The Rock and Cena, where it was him and Miz, where they were like the bad boys of the company at the time, and they were breaking the mold, so to speak. and they were just running ramp shot on whatever the fuck was going on.
You do understand he still was on some Little Jimmy shit like then, right?
Exactly.
Was right?
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was.
And this is the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of wrestlers, I'm not just gonna put it on black wrestlers, but black wrestlers too, in comparison, let's say we on the block. We know the niggas that we hang around with.
Right.
A lot of niggas are corny. So that stereotypical shit is shit that they lean on because they think that it's cool. So I'm not saying that WWE is just giving him this plate and he's not okay with it. I think it's something that he's complicit in.
Prime Time was never like that.
Do you see his haircut?
That's not fair.
Have you
He's
seen
old,
his
bro?
But this is what I'm saying. Like, and when I say corny, I'm not saying it as a like. I'm not judging his character. I'm talking about as far as what's relevant and how culture is relevant now. I don't look at R-Truth as the most culturally relevant black person as far as being in tune. I look at him, a nigga like Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, you have those positive.
They are like. They black, you know, and they could represent for us, but they're not like...
They're gamers, they anime guys.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
They're like that. They're not like what Jade Cargill presents herself to be. She, like I said, I see Jade Cargill...
I don't think Jade Cargill taps into the black culture.
Bro, what I'm saying is when you look at her, you can see her being a black woman in a club that niggas could go...
More than Bianca Belair?
Yes, Bianca Belair looked like a housewife. You see,
I'm talking about housewife.
I'm talking about
Bianca Belair has.
You're not hearing me. You're not hearing me.
All right, let me hear you.
I'm saying the way in which her love life is on full display. All of that shit. We know she's a housewife. Jade Cargill has a man. We know who her man is, but at the same time, she presents as super independent. She could step up in the club. She looked like somebody that is in the club taking hostings right now.
Bianca Belair is on camera saying, "Girl, stop it, bro."
Well, that's
say it. Say it.
But that's how we talk.
Thank you. That's my point.
But that's not,
and he's saying that Jade Cargill is more tapping into the black culture than Bianca.
But she doesn't.
I'm not saying more. I'm saying they're
valid.
They're both valid. I'm not saying that they're not R-Truth. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, they're not R-Truth.
Okay, but let me ask you this before we move on. The whole there's a terminology I just recently heard that the youth is using, that LOL cow, that lol cow shit.
I don't know what the hell that is.
It's basically like where you use somebody to milk someone for comedy.
Yeah.
And you know that they're a goof, so you use them to goof.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like that, like you said, the corny dude on the block, the corny nigga on the block, and you know that you tell him, yo, go grab shorty ass, and he'll do it because he's stupid.
I don't know them people.
I knew many of those motherfuckers.
I've seen them.
Yeah, I know many of them.
I get what he's saying, but
I don't see Truth like an LOL cow, like a lol cow. I see him as a guy who's he knows what he's doing and he's having fun with it. Like tomorrow, if Truth would have sat there and said, "I don't want to do this shit no more," they'd be like, "All right, cool." They'll let him out of it. Yeah. But I think he's having fun with it.
Like what's dude name in NXT, the North American champion?
Oba.
That is a real African.
Yes.
That is a real African nigga.
That is a real. I'll take on both of y'all in the triple threat.
Because Ma heard you say it one time, and you say that black man.
That's a real black man. That's a real black man. There's nothing fake. There's nothing. They can't write him in the script for that.
You see the push that they're giving him too?
Side note, I need that Trick Williams Obi match. I need that for the NXT title. I need that.
So you got Truth going over, Truth and Miz going over.
I got them winning that match.
Okay,
I got them winning that as more of like a legacy title match.
I do
where
too.
They kind of like just giving him like, thanks for working so hard for us. Miz is a trusted worker. R-Truth has been so loyal and dedicated to what they do. I see all the other teams in there having their own separate run outside of Mania, but being that this is Truth's legitimate first Mania match, I think he wins it.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun match.
Okay.
Next up, Logan Paul, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens for the United States Championship.
I'm going to take Randy Orton just because I don't see a Canadian carrying the United States champion.
I'm going Logan. I'm going Logan strictly because this is just adding to his resume to beat legitimate stars. And I think they're literally looking at Logan as the guy that can be a player in the next 5 years or so. So they want to build his resume to, at least on camera, make him a legitimate player. what better way to give him a WrestleMania win over two legitimate stars like a Randy Orton and a Kevin Owens? And I actually see him pinning Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton.
Yeah, I could go either way with this one with each one of these individuals, because I would like to see either one of them, and I'm even fucking shocked to say that I wouldn't be mad if Logan won. But for some reason, I just believe that they'll give it to Randy.
Yeah.
I for some reason, I think this is like one of his crowning jewels that they have to put for him. I think they'll give it to Randy.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Next up, LA Knight versus AJ Styles. By the way, I love the build-up for this.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they said that LA Knight got arrested and they had to mention that AJ dropped the charges. That was cool. Yeah,
I don't see them booking this match without giving LA Knight the rub.
Yeah,
the rub.
Yeah, I don't like, because I look at it as like who gains more from the W, and I think if you let AJ win, either you're propping him up to compete for a World Heavyweight Championship, which he already had a shot at Royal Rumble, but I think this is a moment to give LA Knight the signature win at Mania while keeping him still hot. So
I actually think that they owe LA Knight this one. They owe him one. Since that Royal Rumble match with Bray, they owe him one.
Facts.
And by the way, there's rumor has it that AJ will be debuting a new theme song.
Oh my gosh, why? Yeah. Damn. Okay. I guess.
But then
if it's the same quality of that goddamn pea coat, trench coat that he be wearing.
But here's the thing.
Yeah, because he said the song doesn't fit the gimmick now, so he's gonna have
normally
to
when they do that, that's normally a tell that they're gonna give the guy the win. But I don't see. I got LA Knight winning this.
Yeah, I got LA Knight as well.
Okay.
What else we got?
Gunther versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship.
My heart want to say Gunther because I don't know if I'm ready to see him lose that, but I think this could be Sammy's moment. But I want to say Gunther because I don't know if they've been leaning away from the predictability aspect. Mm-hmm. And, you know, folks want to see Sammy get the win. Some folks don't want to see Sammy get the win. I'm going to say Sammy gets his moment.
I say Sammy because I think they are ready to push Gunther into the World Heavyweight title discussion. And they don't want to make him a double champion because then he becomes too unbeatable. It doesn't make sense, though, because he lost to Bronson Reed on the recent Raw. So unless you're saying somewhere along the lines that Bronson is going to go up against Sammy to eventually take it from him, maybe. But I think this is the one fair shot to take the title off of him without people saying, damn, you know, he already broke the record. He already done beat everybody he done came against. Sammy is somewhat of a legitimate contender in the sense of he has the crowd behind him and he's talented enough to compete on that type of scale. He did go up against Roman Reigns at the Elimination Chamber a year ago. But I think this is the one opportunity they have to take that title off of him. So I'm going Sammy.
I think the loss to Brunson was just to put doubt in our mind. I don't think it's like so much of long-term booking.
And I think it's also building up Bronson after Mania. I think that helps for that story as well. I'm going to go Sammy here. He's going to get his ass whipped though. Like he's going to get
the unwritten rule. He's going to
take some shit.
He's going to have to dodge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's going to get chopped the
gonna
fuck
have a
out of that
chest.
building. Yeah. And I think Sammy wins by roll up.
No way.
Yeah. I believe he wins by roll up. It's going to be one of those instances. Yeah. One of the greatest intercontinental matches that you should, if you haven't seen it, that you should watch is Savage versus Steamboat, WrestleMania 3.
They talk about that, yeah.
Great fucking match. That match was orchestrated and choreographed to the nines.
Yeah.
And look how Steamboat won. He won by roll up.
Yeah.
So I don't see that as a problem.
Wasn't that similar with Brett and Owen as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and that's considered one of the not only one of the best matches, but it touches on another topic that we talked about,
far-fetched.
brother versus brother. So
Right.
one of the best matches ever.
Next up, we have Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch for the Women's World Championship.
Taking Rhea.
I got Rhea too. I think with Becky, you know, here's what I will say. Becky as a face is not hitting as it used to be a couple years ago. I don't think she has enough formidable opponents lined up for her. As far as Rhea, you can tap back into the Nia Jax storyline. You also have the what's the shorty from Jersey?
Liv Morgan.
There we go. Liv Morgan. You also have that as a sort of like a backlash sort of type of deal. Unless you say Becky wins and you do a triple threat at Backlash with those three. But ultimately, I don't see it does much for Becky winning versus it does more for Rhea. Although Rhea hasn't really been competing as much lately. But I think that from a legacy building perspective, it helps Rhea beating Becky. So I'm leaning with Rhea.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna take I'll take Rhea here, and I think Becky will go away for a few weeks. Her contract is up in 2 months, so I think there's be some valuation of what's gonna go down with that. I don't think she's gonna go anywhere else. I think she re-signs with WWE. Plus, gives she's a mother, so she stays away for her. And so and I always go with that premise. I can't miss you if you don't go away. So,
Yeah.
So I think if Becky goes away for a little bit, it's fine. Rhea wins and. We line her up for the next go around of sneak title contenders. So, staying with the women, we got Io Sky versus Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship as well with SmackDown.
I say Bayley has her moment at WrestleMania and is showered with pyro and applause.
I was leaning with you on that. I actually see Io winning. Because it sets up Jade having a match for that title. Whether Jade wins it on her first shot is yet to be determined. But as long as, it really depends on how you see Jade. Because how far do you keep her away from that title? And who do you ultimately see her beating? Do you see her beating Bayley for that title? Or do you see her beating Io Sky for that title? That's how I look at it.
I'm not even thinking about a title with Jade yet. I think the story has to be bigger for her. I mean, you can do it right away, but I don't know. I think Bayley has a moment.
This is her first singles match in WrestleMania.
Yes.
And I think that this is going to be her moment. Dear God, just don't fucking bring back those balloon fucking shits.
Oh, please no.
Don't want that. By the way, I just love the fact that all these fucking horn dogs are just posting pictures of Bayley and her. Oh my God, that fatty's ridiculous, bro. Bayley's.
I'm not gonna lie.
Damn.
I was actually legitimately happy to find out that Bayley wasn't a white woman. So, shouts out to that. It's I'm a little jaded rooting for Rhea. Shouts out to Team Bianca, Jade, Naomi. Rhea's the one exception. Charlotte will never be. Becky will never be. But in all seriousness, Bayley, I think she is my top wrestler out of the 4 horsewomen.
Yeah.
I like Becky, but I think from an overall perspective, Bayley has the total package. As a face and a heel. Charlotte can never get that full appeal as a face because people are just tired of seeing her. Becky, she's kind of like run her course as far as like who you can put her up against. Obviously, Sasha is no longer in the equation. And that leaves Bayley being the one that checks all the boxes on the list. So from that perspective, I would love to see Bayley have her moment, but I really think they're going to sneak Io in this one.
Before we go to the big story, which is the stipulation matches, we got Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship.
I'm going to say Drew wins. Drew McIntyre. No cash-in. Drew wins.
I agree. Drew wins, but the cash-in happens on the Raw after.
Okay.
Which sets up Drew. Here's the thing, though. I don't think the cash-in is going to be successful, though, because of the seeds that has been planted with CM Punk and Seth Rollins, and I really think that's going to go all the way until SummerSlam. Unless you say you involve Damian Priest, but can Damian Priest really hold his own amongst those three giants right now? He's definitely not going to try to cash in on Roman.
Well, I'll take it like this. As much as I would love to see the pop happen at Mania, I could agree with you guys that the cash-in won't happen until Raw. I'll take Drew winning that night.
Drew's winning, yeah.
And that being said, it's because with the possibilities that's available, if Damian does cash in and wins, you have a side quest, like like if you're playing Zelda or Ghost of Tsushima, you'll get a side quest until you get to the main one with Drew and CM Punk and Seth. So Damian will have his side quest. Well, he'll get into matches with like Gunther, which will tie that in. You get him with like, guys like Bronson Reed as well. You can get that story going as well, intertwined or whatever. But I want to see what's the integral part of CM Punk's role in this match. That's going to be very interesting for me.
Any chance that Priest cashes in on Gunther with a swerve?
I thought about that as he was literally just talking, and I don't think they've built up enough steam for that. It'll feel like, I think fans from a perspective will understand, so they won't be as pissed. But it'll feel like a short change from the standpoint of saying, like, bro, you held it for this long and you decide to do it now on that.
Well, there's also some inter-turmoil that's happening within Judgment Day. We saw it on SmackDown the other day, so that now everybody's questioning each other, like, well, Dominic, why did you
go with the LWO?
Why? Because they don't have that match here as well. I didn't see that there. That the
LWO versus
Dominic and Santos. So right. that match. Which, by the way, who you got on that in that match?
Dominic pins Ray, which sets up the SummerSlam match.
Yeah, I'll take Dominic and Escobar going over.
I do too, and I'm hoping that it builds up to what people are probably speculating in, is that it's going to be hair versus retirement. Yeah, well, very Mexican.
I think
style.
he wins.
Well, Mexican is hair versus mask.
Yeah,
I think he wins, and that gives him enough shit talk to carry over.
Wouldn't it be funny just to see Dominic with a fucking baldy? Oh, jeez,
it's not happening. Let's not talk about my GOAT like that, man.
This will lead us to what we get with is the tag match. Roman Reigns and The Rock versus Seth Rollins and Cody. Stipulation of that match: if Rock and Roman wins, the next night Cody and Roman becomes a bloodline match.
I'm saying Rock and Roman going over.
I see it differently. I see Cody pinning Roman in that match. And although they say bloodline rules or anything goes, they're going to have like the ultimate showcase of run-ins where they have Stone Cold running in, fucking Hulk Hogan running in,
John Cena
running in, a whole bunch of like, oh my God, who the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah.
And ultimately Roman walks away with
a WrestleMania reunion.
Of course.
Oh, which by the way, I forgot to mention, there was also, we got the brothers match. We got Jimmy versus Jay.
Jimmy Uso is going over.
You think Jimmy gonna beat Jay?
Yeah.
I actually agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you from this standpoint of they haven't been showcasing Jimmy to do anything of the sorts. And I don't understand why they would have the match to begin with if you haven't been putting Jimmy over, unless you ultimately plan to put Jimmy over. But here's my thing. When it comes to Jimmy and Jay, I believe they trust Jay more, but it almost feels like I don't know. It doesn't make sense to just have this match and not give Jimmy any type of rub. Like, what is the rub that he gets from all of this? Because I do feel like they're eventually going to get back together, but how do you do it without Jimmy having some type of like moment?
Do you watch wrestling with the end in mind all the time?
No.
Like, what the fuck? How are we talking about them getting back together? We're not even scratching the surface of their feud.
He's going to like,
yo, you are 3 years in. Nah, bro, you gotta chill, bro.
Answer me this. Who was the last person that Jimmy pinned?
Bro,
ever.
I'm just in this moment.
No. Answer me this. Who was the last person that Jimmy pinned?
he's watching.
Who was the last person that Jimmy pinned?
You on Netflix already.
He's watching wrestling in the future.
Answer me that.
It's the future, Marty. It's the future.
Who was the last person that Jimmy pinned?
I don't know. He's doing his R-Truth thing. He's doing his thing where he's doing comedy and, you know, more of his presence is felt on the entertainment side of things. And he doesn't really need to fight anybody for his presence to be felt. We're laughing at him just by looking at his facial expressions.
Do you feel like Jimmy has a legit shot in this match?
Yes, he's the older brother.
Come on, man.
By minutes.
I mean, still, that means something. I don't know what it means, but, you know, that's how they talk. But who else we got?
I'm going to say I'll go Jimmy wins. Rakishi's going to be involved in this somewhere along the line. I think that Rikishi, he actually believe he throws in a towel for Jay.
For Jay.
Well, for Jimmy. Well, yeah, he throws in the towel for Jay. That Jay is getting his ass beat so bad that
Jimmy ends up.
Rikishi throws in the towel for him. I believe something of that magnitude is going to happen with that match. I still think there's something there on the surface for both of them.
Yeah,
this is the match that they've been wanting for a long time. They did it perfectly for them. Mm-hmm. But I do see something else where Solo gets involved with this as well. He's supposed to have a match with, I think, Jay coming up on SmackDown. So yeah. And Solo's been on a horrible losing streak. Like, I didn't even notice how bad it's been for him. Yeah. Mr. Enforcer himself. But going back to what we were discussing, which is the bloodline, they win. You get the bloodline rules for the singles match the following night. I don't think you gave your
for bloodline rules.
No,
I mean, for the tag match.
The tag match, yeah.
No, I think the bloodline is winning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Night one. Ooh, interesting.
He gave his prediction.
Yeah, I'm going the same way. I think bloodline wins. I think they want to do the build up, and I actually like what is going to be for night 2, which would be that match.
I love this is on record.
Yeah, I do have that saying that they want to have that element of surprise for possibly what's going to go down because, excuse me, like they said, it's anything goes for bloodline rules.
Yeah.
So we might see like an appearance of Stone Cold, an appearance of Cena, and all that stuff. I think that plays a integral part.
I'm not gonna lie, that might piss me off. They have nothing to do with the storyline.
They don't, but there is
WrestleMania 40,
and they each have history with The Rock, though. Yeah.
So that would mean that The Rock and Roman win night 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's that.
I mean, either if they lost, it was still going to be bloodline rules.
I think the swerve would be they invite members who the next night join the bloodline. Like, there's people who show up, like I think it's Tonga. Is that his name?
Yeah.
He shows up, he screws Cody, and he's technically not a member of the bloodline until the next night.
And they have history because they were both in the Bullet Club at the same time.
I don't know, because there's so many people backstage who's not getting a WrestleMania moment to just bring in Tonga just because, you know, we are getting down to crunch time. So I don't foresee that happening. So the next match is the last match?
Well, the last match will be Roman versus Cody, depending on the stipulation for the Universal Championship.
I got Cody winning.
Poor you.
The reign is coming to an end, and I feel like the story will be complete. Yeah, I got Cody going over.
Reem, I'm not even gonna. You didn't even have to say anything.
We don't gotta get into a soliloquy either.
We don't need a synopsis.
Yeah. We know who you got.
We don't have to hear the whole.
If you can hear my one so high in the sky,
we don't need
now.
we don't need your 3-year projection on what's gonna happen from here on out.
Come on now.
Which, by the way, if you play the My Rise mode on 2K24, it's actually pretty funny because it ties into that as well. My heart, I want Cody to win because I think there's more stuff that you can do with the bloodline afterwards. There's a lot more elements that could be the tangibles that fit with getting them to progress more. After they've gone stale, there's actually more where you can make them even a bigger threat with them chasing the belt.
Yeah.
I think it makes it more of a reasonable faction, a legit faction that says that there are a threat for the company. But I'm also at the same time saying that if Cody loses, I've grown to say that I don't think I'll be upset with it. I think I could be okay with it because of the fact that Cody being like that split wrestler nowadays, I think you'll get whether or not the fans are going to either pull away from him or they're going to gravitate to him more. And I think it's going to be more of the other where they gravitate to him more if he doesn't get it. But how long do you do it for? Sometimes it's not the day and age where back when his father was in the business where he didn't win a championship for like 3 years. Same thing with Tommy Dreamer in ECW. He didn't win a title for 3 years, but the fans were still rooting and rooting. This day and age, we live in a ADHD kind of world. So, I'm gonna say Cody wins, but it's gonna be a lot of shenanigans going on for it.
Yeah. I'll keep it quick.
We don't need to hear it.
A lot of shenanigans, but you know who's coming out on top. The Tribal Chief.
That building is gonna fucking riot. I swear to God.
I will be going live in that building.
Oh, you better.
I will.
Win, lose or draw.
I've
that's
said,
a good one. That's a good one.
No. Win, lose or draw, I will go live.
You guys want to make a bet? You want to make a bet?
What's the bet?
I don't know. No. You two.
That he's gonna go live. I don't think.
No. You're going Cody. You're going Roman. Make a bet, and the next episode you have to do something for the next episode.
Here's what I want Mark to do. I want him to purchase Bloodline merchandise if Roman Reigns wins. That is his way of acknowledging the Bloodline.
So Bloodline wins, he has to wear a Bloodline shirt.
And if I lose, I will buy a Cody Rhodes t-shirt.
No, fuck that. Fuck that.
Now you gotta make
you lose. You lose. You're buying red, a Marco 316 shirt. That's what we doing.
But we're gonna do that anyway.
No. Fuck that. Put the money back into me.
No.
Put the money back into me.
No. Let's get it. We would do that anyway.
I mean, it's wrestling.
Let's get a better.
We would do it. Not we do it.
I would do something where he would have to like sing Cody Rhodes' theme song.
I'll take that. You have to
learn
you
the
have
song,
to wear,
and you have to sing it while wearing
the most outlandish Cody Rhodes gear that you can get.
Matter of fact, you lucky.
Get a Cody Crybaby. Get a Cody Crybaby.
You're
shirt.
lucky because if this was Turnbuckle Tabloid a few years ago, I would have had you paint your face like Stardust and had you sing Cody's theme song.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So, all right. What are the stipulations? Because Roman wins. You wear Bloodline attire.
Okay. No,
Okay.
but he has to buy that though. That's different. He has to. You have to. You know what? Let's make him like the necklace with like fake chili peppers.
I just as long as he acknowledges the Bloodline, and I think doing that.
So he would have to throw the one.
No.
He has to do more. Okay.
He has to do more. This is why I say merchandise.
He has to say Roman is his tribal chief.
And ain't nobody my tribal chief.
Exactly. So he has to say Roman is his tribal chief.
All right, so for me, I gotta learn the songs to Cody Rhodes' entrance
and sing it.
All right, deal.
Good one. All right,
Deal.
bet the deal is made.
Yo.
All right, so
Ooh.
1 week away from Mania.
Third announcer's table bet. Good. I like that.
1 week away from Mania. We gonna breeze through these next segments. So we got the bathroom break. Huh?
Yeah,
No. Tickets.
Huh? Yeah. Let me go to the back.
Yeah, the hour and 54. Yeah, and I got a dip.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, so yeah.
We got the bathroom break faction. Who I got in the bathroom break faction for this week is Damage Control. So minus Dakota Kai, because I think she's on an upswing. I think Dakota, first of all, she's the only one, let's just be real. She's the only one who's speaking English. And she's just coming off an injury. She has a look that it seems like WWE would like to push. They've turned the Kabuki Warriors into what that name sound like. Because I don't know what Kabuki means. I don't know.
That's a good one.
I don't know what Kabuki means. I don't know what the fuck it mean. It could mean some next level assassin shit. But I don't know what it mean. And Kabuki sound like bullshit. Like,
Yo, stop it.
and
Stop it.
they come out, they dance like they on ecstasy. They moving like,
Stop it,
no.
bro.
Am I lying? They come out, I think they hearing the beat delayed. Like their monitors are playing something else. They look so drugged out when they dancing. Nothing is in sync with the rest of Damage Control. And it's always been like this. They always did this little, between them and Shinsuke Nakamura, Shinsuke is covered by his song because his song is good. But they do the same thing where they must have took shrooms or acid or LSD, and that's how they come out walking during their entrance.
They're not K-pop dancers, bro. At least with K-pop dancers, they got rhythm.
Now, this is the reason why I'm putting them in the bathroom break faction, because that contact thing that I'm talking about, when Bianca is hitting, she's hitting with elbows, there's contact being made. You're the Kabuki Warriors, Oscar. You've been getting beat up by men on your rise to where you are now. And when Io, Kyrie, when they're hitting, those hits are not landing, and it looks horrible. Like, they are not stepping into this personality of being a wrestler and actually having the hits land. And I'm getting tired of seeing this. I've been looking at this for like the last month, that their hits are not landing, and it's not.
It's funny you said that because I think Asuka, I think she's lined up a little bit ever since her last match with Bianca at WrestleMania. That match that they had, it was a work. Like,
yeah.
They had a legitimate match. And yeah, I can see what you're talking about with that. It is kind of, but I don't know whether it's the fault of them or the fact that they're pulling back because they don't want to get anybody hurt before Mania.
But they're getting hit. Okay.
Yeah.
I get that.
Right.
They're getting hit though. And
well, maybe they're tougher. Maybe they could eat those. Like it's and plus Asuka is working. She is working in with an injury. So
yeah. Damage Control is in the bathroom break faction for me, minus Dakota Kai.
Wow. I'm not gonna lie to you. This one gonna hurt me, man. I gotta put this version of the New Day into the bathroom break faction. They don't do anything for me, man.
The black man? You putting the black man in?
listen, that's saying it hurt me, man. Because I was the biggest New Day fan, but to me,
Of course you were.
bro, when they were the heels, when you remember when The Rock randomly came back a few years ago and they roasted The Rock on the mic? That was peak New Day. Ever since they started adapting this pancake unicorn shit,
They did that before the heel turn though. They came out on some shit where they swerved the fans because we did not know that they were going to be more of a comedic group.
Didn't they just have a pause moment on the Snickers commercial?
They always having pause moments.
yeah, nah, they always.
They came out their first debut. They were gyrating.
No.
This is what they were
it was
doing.
cool when they were heels.
That shit wasn't okay.
When they became faces, it was just like
No, but this Snickers commercial recently had like a big like pause moment. I was like, what?
here's my thing.
And I don't like saying that.
I don't look at them as actual like winners of a match these days. And to me, it just almost feels like a okay, they're just there to put guys over, but they don't really do much of anything. Like when they were going up against Imperium, it was just like you kind of were just waiting for Imperium to win the match.
Right.
Versus you felt like New Day had a legitimate shot. And it hurts me because, I fuck with the New Day, but brothers.
They were very impactful with their, like I said early on, with their love of video games, anime. It was like not the typical, like we mentioned, the typical Blackman kind of, kind of mode. And yeah, it's maybe it fizzled out. Maybe it's run its course. Maybe.
Yeah. It's just that time. Like they look at their accolades. They're one of the best tag teams ever. Yeah. The amount of tag team champions that they won, you forget how long that they were doing this. And it's not really that long for the amount of title reigns that they have. So,
and they're very, and not as black men, but as men in general, they're very positive role models. Yeah. So
I don't see anything else for them to do but to drop the damn colors, go their separate ways, or just, really present themselves as a threat or realistic characters, somebody that I can relate to. But if that's not what they feel comfortable playing, then cool. They could be the R-Truths of the division.
Oh my God.
My bathroom break, I think I piggybacked it from the last episode, if I did say it, and it's carrying over from this one. And oh my God, listen, I know they made it they debut, and it's been flat. Like pancakes. It's just been bad for and even the angle and the storyline that they're working with now. And I guess I'm gonna have to tie them both together. But Mercedes Moné and Willow Nightingale, jeez,
Mercedes Moné,
my God, yo, it's telling.
Yeah,
you paid all that money. Shout out to Tony Khan. Shout out to Mercedes, get that bread. You go ahead, girl, get your money.
One of the highest paid women in the industry.
And I'm kind of calling bullshit on that, but I'll talk about that later on. I'm kind of calling bullshit on that. But at the same time,
it's like organic milk.
Yeah. Soy milk. It's juice, motherfucker. It's juice. Soy don't have titties.
Made with natural flavor.
Yo. That is yeah, that is a perfect way to describe it.
Yeah,
it's a nickname. That's what it is. It's a nickname. It's not a fact.
And it's fallen so like flat. And like I said, I feel bad because I want her to flourish everywhere, but it's like you and I have mentioned before, Mark and I mentioned before, like great wrestler, solid wrestler, but just her as a personality, even now with the whole face kind of feel, it's not there.
I can't take anybody serious.
Welcome.
Who smile.
I thought you liked her.
I couldn't stand it. Bro, check the tape.
No, I thought you did. Well,
I can't.
You don't like Mercedes, or you liked Sasha? Which one was it?
I didn't like either.
He wasn't a huge fan
once
of her.
we got Bianca Belair,
we didn't
need Sasha Banks.
You're right, and that's what I said. Yeah.
It's hard for me to get into someone who smiles as if they can't close their mouth, and she spent the whole promo.
I think she was happy to be. Nah, she was happy to be in the ring. Nah, I feel you on that. But I think that was genuine. No rush it.
When I go put this shit, because I'm recording the video. When I put this shit on fucking when I put it for TikTok, that's exactly. Guys,
you don't think that was legit?
I know this is audio, but the face you gotta see that Mark is making right now is
that
fucking
was legit.
Epic.
She's waiting for responses from the crowd and they not responding. She's like,
CEO.
The song is whack.
The merch is trash.
The merch is trash.
The merch is trash.
The merch is trash.
Welcome your new CEO. She looked like a tourist that you asking for directions.
I'm weak.
Welcome to the dark side.
Oh, I'm weak.
We just got to get you like Naomi and Bobby Lashley.
You won.
It's like they tied her hair too fucking tight. She got a paper clip in the back.
That's
there.
the one I'm going with for the fucking TikTok and the reels this week, bro.
Okay.
Hilarious.
So now that we are finally here, we are wrapping things with the pop culture rumble. Now, for those of you who don't know, the pop culture rumble is anybody outside of the wrestling business that you want to call to the ring to give a couple stunners, a couple of pedigrees on the thumbtacks. You want to put them through the announcer table, the third announcer table. Mark, who you got?
Y'all see how I pulled up today, right?
I think you pulled up rather calm, but you led off on.
No, I'm saying when we were outside. When we were outside.
Oh, yes.
City bike.
City bike.
City bike.
Oh my God.
Get your ass to the ring. Now I'm a supporter of a city bike, right? I spend a lot of money on city bikes, the electric ones, not the regular ones, because them things heavy and you pedal and it won't move.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck
that shit won't move. So the electric bikes, we are now a year into the upgraded gray electric bikes. We don't need the old ones with the battery pack on there anymore because you don't know which one works, which one ain't gonna work. There's a light that's supposed to be there that tells you this one is out of order or whatever. I jump on the city bike today. I text you as I'm jumping on the city bike. I'll be there in 10 minutes. Now, yesterday, I got a free gym class with Orange Theory, right? I did rowing, no fucking joke. I did the treadmill. I did some weights. My hamstrings are killing me right now. So when I jump on an electric city bike,
you're expecting to be
it's for me to be taken there. It's supposed to be straight cruise control. On top of that, the freaking route from my crib to over here is downhill.
Yeah.
So it's not a challenge. I get on this old city bike. I haven't used an old city bike in years. No, I'm not going to say years. It's been months because the gray ones, they taking over. Them things are reliable. I get on this bike.
I'm only laughing because he was really pedaling this shit.
You saw, right? I get on work today.
I get on this bike. I have to pedal 3-4 times around in order for the power to pick up. I press the brake. I pedal again. I got to go through the same thing. I got to pedal 3 times for the power to pick up. So now I'm pedaling. My hamstrings are shot. And this bike keep going in and out. I'm on Myrtle and Broadway, could barely dodge cars because the engine...
He was on an Iron Man match.
The engine want to turn on whenever it want. So you know what? To the city bike that I was on today and to city bike, get these old, decrepit, useless models of the city bikes that you keep trying to put out there just because you want more money. Get them off the street.
Hold one.
I'm going to bring out the Stone Cold Steve Austin bear truck.
Hold two.
Spray the whole city bike station with the bear truck. I'm going to call Kurt Angle. I'm going to spray it with milk. I'm going to get Brock Lesnar to F5. One of them city bikes right off the Brooklyn Bridge.
Fucking bullshit!
Yo, I wish that they could see how you pulled up today. That's what makes this extra funny.
Yo, for real. It was like, yo, you can hear the fatigue. Yeah. The fatigue. And he was just like a couple of yards away, and you heard the fatigue. It was almost like he wanted to throw the bike and just not even lock it back and like just
if he could have, he would have left that shit right in the intersection.
Yo, I swear everything I love, I would have. If they wasn't gonna charge me and run the bill up, I'd have left it right there. As soon as I saw y'all, left it right there.
Yo, dudes in the hood don't even steal that shit and even in the projects anymore. They just motherfucking like, I don't want this shit. Fuck out of here. Yo,
gotta be kidding me.
My one question before we move on: do they charge you if you like move on to the next bike?
No, if you park it at another station within the next like 2-3 minutes, it'll be free of charge. They process it as if this bike was messed up.
Right.
But I told them I'll be here in 10 minutes. So when I felt it picking up speed, I'm going downhill. I'm thinking I'm on my way. Nah, every bump I hit, shit went off. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Oh,
City
man.
bike,
Oh my God.
count your days.
Go fuck yourself.
right.
Fuck that. Fucking bullshit.
Who you got, Reem?
This is somebody that I brought to the ring prior, and I'm bringing them back again.
Oh, I know exactly who it is.
They recently went on the Breakfast Club.
I knew it. I knew that's who he was gonna bring on.
Mayor Adams.
Again?
Bruv.
There's a blood feud?
Bruv. I need a Hell in a Cell match with this motherfucker at this point. So, I don't know if y'all saw it. I don't know if y'all saw it. You saw it?
I did.
You saw the full?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. This was the first time as a man I actually, like, don't get me wrong, I hear women out, but I actually felt bad for women on this one.
Yeah.
Because, forgive me for not getting her name right now, but there was a reputable source that was there in place of Jess Hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So it was this woman, forgive me for not getting her name, DJ Envy and Charlemagne with Mayor Eric Adams.
Mm.
And I swear to you, bro, it wasn't like she was adding to the conversation. She was actually fueling the conversation. And she was hitting home points from a perspective
She knew her shit.
You know, she wasn't just speaking from her point of view. She was speaking from a majority point of view. And I swear to you, Eric Adams came onto that platform as if he expected Jess Hilarious to ask him, would you rather a gay son or a stripper daughter? Like, the points that she made was legitimate. It was,
Yeah.
you know, it hit home. She spoke on facts and she articulated herself in a way where, man or woman, it made valid sense for you to react to what she was saying.
She rattled him.
And
Yeah, she
the
rattled him.
responses that he gave was on some it felt like I was watching a high school conversation in the cafeteria where
He was very condescending. Yeah.
he was trying to bro his way out of it.
He was deflecting a lot.
Yeah.
He was not even acknowledging her on the side of the room. Like, you see how I'm looking at you right now?
Yeah.
Shorty was right here asking him and pointing out the flaws and everything that he's saying. And it was just kind of like, yeah, well, you know, I've been to Rikers today and da-da-da-da. And she responded in the sense, well, what about the 19-year-old that was killed the other day? Did you acknowledge those parents and how they felt? And he just kept deflecting and bouncing off. So I'm calling Eric Adams. I don't even want to call him my mayor because at this point, he's just a city boy with a free pass.
He's a city bike right now.
He's an embarrassment to New York City in the sense of what he's trying to portray. He claims that New York City is a safer environment, but you also deploy officers 100. I think it's 100 or 1,000. Forgive me if I don't get the number right. But the debate that was presented was healthy enough for you to, even if you were wrong, you could have shown that you were willing to change in a way that, hey, you know, all right, we understand, but you know what I mean? Like, the way he carried himself in that interview was fucking embarrassing.
Yeah.
And legitimately, I felt bad for Shorty because she came there prepared. She came there with facts. She came there with points. She had counterpoints. And it was if like she was the ugly chick in the conversation that was trying to jump in with the niggas on the block. And to me, I feel like that was the one of the few times recently where I've like kind of like said like, damn, you know, I understand a woman's plight from that perspective where they kind of like get downsized with the points that they're trying to bring to the overall point. And for something of that magnitude, I felt like Eric Adams was nervous. He was caught off guard.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gave them shit after that. Like
Here's the thing, though. Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's why I'm actually bringing to him. Because on social media, especially on X or Twitter, whatever you call it, the NYPD social media account literally harassed that woman.
Wow.
Afterwards.
Wow.
And I swear to you, if you watch that interview,
Yeah.
you would have felt like Mayor Adams hit somebody on the side and said, hey, give me your login info. I'm about to go hit this chick up.
Yeah.
And to me, I think that was disgusting. I don't know when his election is up for.
Really, nigga?
Yes, really, nigga. I would be, honestly, I swear to you, I've been in New York all my whole entire life, but if he gets reelected, I'm moving to Connecticut. Real shit. Real shit. But before I go, I'm tossing that motherfucker off the top of the cell. I'm hitting him with the spike bat. I'm hitting him with tossing him off the ladder onto some sugar glass the same way Darby Allin went through. Because at this point, he's insulting our intelligence by pointing out the stuff that he has done as an individual, not the things that he's done as a mayor. Because as a mayor, he has made a mockery of this city. He claims to point out that this city is safer, but if you look at the recent string of events that we have where, bro, I'm on the subway today, I'm listening to King Von, ready.
King Von and Limp Bizkit.
Yes, King Von and Limp Bizkit. Bro, I'm keeping my blood ready, just in case, because that's what it has turned into. So, Mayor Adams, bring your ass to the ring.
Give me 1 second.
Bring your ass to the ring, because you've made a mockery for so long. You want to highlight individuals, and here's the kicker, right? My boy got baptized at Rikers Island.
Oh, who, Mayor Adams?
Mayor Adams, yes. He got baptized by Reverend Al Sharpton.
At Rikers Island?
At Rikers Island.
Why?
Ask him. Ask him.
You know, it's funny because, just quickly, my mother knows him for years because she used to work in politics, and she's like, the guy that I knew years ago was not this guy. She's like, I don't know what the fuck happened to this dude.
Yeah. It seemed to be a quick turnaround, and just some feedback on that. I didn't see the whole interview. I saw some clips.
Please watch the whole interview.
There was a lot of and I was saying similar things to what you were saying. I do feel like from the clips that I seen, and I think you could relate to this as well, when somebody is being interrupted, when they can't answer their question, you start getting those bad vibes and bad feelings, and you start getting treated a certain type of way. So I would say there was points, even though she was trying to hold them accountable, as somebody is trying to answer a question that you asked, you can't ask a follow-up question
right, until the question
in
is
the
done.
midst of him answering, because that's going to make me, you don't know how anybody is going to react. I'm going to shut your whole shit down myself. You're not, this is very emotional for you, and I'm not saying that in a dismissive sense, because we love our city. So you have every right to be emotional, but when it comes to having a conversation,
that
we
is
can't
true,
make. I'm still a mayor at the end of the day, and I'm not saying that makes me bigger than you, but you're not going to make me feel less than because you have a gripe with me.
It was a lack of acknowledgement.
But at the same time, you ask a question, you want to hear the full.
I wanted to hear his answer.
Right.
You know, and she cut him off a lot of times.
There was a full aspect of attacking. But even still, there's a poise that he should have with it as well.
Yeah.
And you could tell, like, at the end of the show, he grabbed the mic and was like, yo, who the fuck is this bitch?
But to me, and this is my last point on that, you know, here's my thing. Regardless of where you stand, I'm all about hearing you out, because that's what we're here to do. You know what I mean? Even if I take the L, it's not going to take away from my position. Even if he was wrong in that moment, 100%, he's still the mayor at the end of the day. But that was his opportunity to prove his worth, to say, you know what? I'm going to take this knowledge. I'm going to take this information and prove my worth with this.
Yeah.
And he almost did it on some, like, niggas kicking it at the barbecue type shit. Bro, I was fuming, bro. Because from the standpoint of you trying to highlight that New York City is safe. New York City, you know what he did? His one argument was...
There's a lack of tact.
I'll throw it to Red after this. His one argument was, oh, well, compared to other states, compared to other cities, we're the safest.
No, I saw that.
And for me, it was just like, yo, bro, but you ignoring the details and the highlight in which that she's pointing out. And you're not even looking her in the eyes. You're not even looking her direction. To me, I just felt like it was just a super condescending moment. And for me, as a mayor, fuck all the mayor shit. As a black man, bro, you should do better than that, bro.
Yeah. That was the only hiccup that I had with it, where she was not letting him finish the thought and such like that. But other than that, like I said, you could tell that he was very dismissive, even in the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Like, I was like...
No accountability.
Disgusting.
At all. Exactly. You know.
For me, who I'm bringing to the ring... Last time I got... You know, you guys get to hear it, I got into a discussion about who I was bringing to the ring as a tag team partner. And
I remember this.
And I still will bring her to the ring. She's just shorty around. I fuck with her heavy. But I'm still gonna stick with MTA. And who I'm bringing to the ring?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Turnbuckle Tabloid.